Hello, everybody. What is up? See how that sounds. Hopefully, that sounds loud and clear. Hopefully. Hello, everybody. We got 30 people in here already. That's awesome. What's going on? Happy Friday. First day of summer. The summer of RE is kicking off, basically, right? This is it. This is the kickoff. Let me just make sure this is good. Welcome, everybody. We got King Shadow, Golden Freak in here. What is up? It is time for a summer of RE, and man, it is fucking hot. Especially over here in Jersey, where it's like, high 90s, or more like low 90s, but feels like high 90s because of the humidity. It's horrible. So drink your water, everybody, and also your Wawa peach tea, if you're able to grab one, and if not, you're missing out. Yeah, we have a lot of stuff to talk about, actually. Just to kind of bounce off of you guys. Obviously, I've talked about them in 2 videos this week. One of them was the Capcom survey. The other one was the leak, not really a leak, but a listing of a Resident Evil HD PC port that was listed on the Peggy website. And it has a lot of people talking. Yeah, what's going on? We got Darth in the house. Resident Evil 2. I love that name. Alexander says it's 113 in Phoenix, Arizona right now. I'm outside smoking. Yeah, I was going to say, I honestly can't complain because you guys out there in Arizona and even like Nevada, like that is scorched earth. So yeah, it's going to be a it's going to be a hot one for sure. So yeah, I will be live tomorrow as well. And I haven't quite decided when I'm going to kick off of stuff, like for the summer. I have a couple ideas that I want to rotate in first. One of them might be a Biorand that I'm going to try to get going for the summer of RE. I promised all of you guys for, switching it up, I will try to do the randomizers for the Biorand. The last randomizer I did was for RE4 OG, and that was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed that, so this will be fun to dive into. I'm not sure if that's starting tomorrow, or I might try to go back to RE0. I think I'm going to try to go back to RE0 tomorrow, hard mode, something I haven't attempted in a few years, because I really want to continue that 100% run this summer, and I want to get better at RE0. So yeah, but yeah, we got most people coming in here. We got Thunders Productions. What's up? Very, very good. I like this guy's name is Asmon Ghoul, not Goal. Asmon Ghoul. That's amazing. Hope the PC release is true. It's even harder to find Leon YouTube. What's up? We got all our members in here. 35 people in here. Appreciate that. Hit that like button as you're coming in. We got 10 likes so far. Every little bit helps. So, yes, Capcom's next move, right? That's the title of this stream. I'm in San Diego, and it's around 80 degrees so far. That's beautiful. 80 out there in California, man. When I was there the last 2 summers, it was perfect. Like 80 degrees, no humidity, and it was just beautiful. Oh, hope to find ROMs. Okay, I see what you're saying. Looking forward to Keeper's Diary on the 30th. Yes, that's another thing. So I do want to kick off this show. I definitely have to give Keeper's Diary some love and promotion. Hopefully I can piece together a special podcast next week before the release. And yeah, Golden Freak's right. Make sure you join the Discord. I've been trying my best to handle it pretty much on my own with the help of a couple others, so thank you for that. But in October, I kind of revamped it, so I'm trying to, keep it moving. And I'm going to try to bring back some of the movie nights that we were doing. The last few months have been a little busy, so I haven't been able to schedule that. But we do stuff over there, like just streams and whatnot, that I'm trying to make more of a monthly thing. And then obviously I'm going to try to restructure some kind of member Patreon incentive for a call-in show that I was kind of teasing last month, and I'm trying to work out the details now. But obviously, if I do a call-in show, it is going to be not live. It's going to be just, pre-recorded, and it's going to be through Discord and all that stuff. So I'm currently trying to improve on many aspects of incentive for supporting the channel, obviously, and just, doing different things with the Discord. That would be amazing if I could host a watch party for Keeper's Diary. I don't know when it's premiering as far as the time. So, as you guys may or may not know, The Keeper's Diary, the Resident Evil fan film that the fans made possible by backing, and, this project has been backed, 100% by the fans, and, on top of a little bit of, extra money, that we obviously, sometimes you want to try to raise, a certain amount. We actually raised 10,000 more. So we raised 40 was the goal. 50 was what we raised. So it was an amazing turnout. And that's a good one, Alex. I'll get to some of these questions. I want to talk about some of the Keeper's Diary stuff because it's important. A lot of people have been asking about it. And yes, it's a fan film. Ultimate collaboration of Resident Evil channels. Myself, Nuji from Resident Evil Challenger, Andy from Biohazard Declassified, and JJ from Residents of Evil and his team. And then, of course, Andrew Salo, who's also done a bunch of film work for Row as well, or interviews. He shot a bunch of interviews and has also done his own films in the past. And this was a kind of a dream come true, getting everyone together. And what my role was with Keeper's Diary was a camera assistant. So I was essentially under Nuji as well as Andrew, but Nuji was pretty much saying, all right, Ant, I need this lens. Go get this lens. Make sure these are clean. Make sure the batteries are plugged in. Make sure we can, swap stuff out accordingly. So, because his goal is just to get the shot, being the cinematographer, trying to get everything as seamless and smooth, coordinating with the director, Andrew, and I was doing the slate as well. So writing the scene and talking with the director to make sure, like, okay, we're on, A1, B1, B2, however many takes it has, I got to write that on there. So, and you have to enunciate that, and when you say that, so when you slate it, when you hit the slate, it obviously makes a mark in the audio. But when I say this is scene 2, you got to make sure it's in focus when you hold the slate. So those little things are super important for a production. I mean, they are. And it makes editing a lot more seamless when you can drop in your clips and know, because of said slate, that it is rolling immediately on the slate. You know what shot it's on, and you move on. And of course, all of us pitched in on, building the sets, dressing the sets. I think, there was a lot of, DIY approach to this as an independent film, even though, when I do my films too on Innocular Productions, that's my film channel. Same thing. I don't always just do one job. It's always like you have to assign multiple people to do multiple things, or I'm doing multiple things, right? And that just comes with smaller productions. This, having a little bit of money behind it, being an independent short film, you're going to have a team, but it's still very like hands-on. Like you might have to do, again, the 20-hour days that we were pulling, that's not an exaggeration. We worked really hard. I drove from Jersey to Michigan, you know what I mean? So it was about like a 16-hour drive or something crazy, give or take, right? And I didn't have to drive, but I wanted to drive because it's also just handy to drive, leave when you want. You could drive people to and from set if they need rides and stuff like that. It was just nice to have a vehicle. But The Keeper's Diary, we filmed it in October. I did a podcast on it called We Just Made a Resident Evil Film, kind of recounting the whole thing step by step. Hopefully I can have most of the team that, were in charge of making a lot of important decisions, and also in the, director's chair, the cinematographer's chair, the producer's chair. We can have everyone on the podcast to talk about it, to promote it. It is coming out June 30th. So June 30th is, in fact, on a Sunday, and that's what we're doing. So I don't know. I know it's premiering on the Resident Evil channel, so that's where you can catch it. I just don't know the time. So to answer the question, Golden Freak, about a watch party, that does sound pretty good. I just have to figure out the time, and maybe we can make that happen, because I'm sure it's just going to premiere at a set time, and, we could watch it. That is a good idea, Golden Freak. Thank you for that. Am I going to continue the RE watch party streams? Yeah. And it's funny. So, the first two movies we did on Discord were not Resident Evil movies. They're actually horror films. And that was all voted on by the people in the Discord. So essentially, if you're in the Discord, you can also vote on the movies that we watch each month. And they're not always Resident Evil. They can be, we watched Black Christmas. We watched, what was the other one? The Equalizer, one of the Equalizers. Yeah, just like things that fans vote on, right? Like I'll pick a selection of movies, or a couple people might throw out, suggestions here and there, and that's what gets voted on. The last time we actually had a vote on which Resident Evil CGI film that we were going to choose, and Degeneration won. So the next one might be another RE CGI, yeah, it's amazing. And yes, horror fan, I've seen it, and I'm just very excited for everybody to see it. As a fan, and someone who loves this stuff, I'm very happy. Gonzu with the 1999 super chat says, "Thank you so much for keeping Resident Evil alive, and thank you for the RE content." Thank you, man, for the $20 or the 1999 super chat, basically $20. Thank you, Gonzu. Appreciate the love and support. Thanks for always supporting. And yeah, I mean, this is exciting. It's an exciting, month to finally see this thing come out. And I know that it's going to be in front of everybody's eyes to judge, to, constructive criticism or blindly criticize, you're going to get ends of all trades here. But, yeah, it's okay, because it is free. It's being released on YouTube. It's not, nobody's getting charged for it. It's just going to be uploaded. So, sports are the biggest scam, I swear. Yeah, I know there's no audio. Sorry about that. I had to talk to someone off camera for a second. But yeah, it's going to be completely free to stream. Thunder's coming in with gifted memberships. Alex is now a member, and the Golden Freak is now a member, courtesy of Thunders. We got Rambo in the house, MKL. What's going on, guys? Good to see him. But yes, so Keeper's Diary is going to be released for free on YouTube on the Residents of Evil channel. That's JJ's channel. Yeah, it's going to be completely free. And there isn't going to be any, Blu-ray release. I know a lot of people were saying that. Another thing that I wanted to mention, because some people were mentioning in the comments, and I know they said this before, but I just want to get this out there because it's something that has been out there. And yeah, sorry, the audio did go mute. Yeah, I had to talk to somebody off camera. I didn't want that conversation in the mic. The film it's not a feature film. It was never advertised as a feature film. It is a short film. So the time for Keeper's Diary will be, probably 10 to 15 minutes in that range, right? With credits and everything, done. And, I'm sorry if that disappoints people. We never really, promised this being a feature film. This was going to be a short film. Now, the next project could be a feature film. The next project could be a lot longer. You know what I mean? This is why we have to start with something here. And if you guys only knew what it went just to get all of this stuff done for a short film, a feature film, you wouldn't have seen this thing for another year and some change, because feature films take forever. I make films myself as well, and I know films take forever, even short films. Like, they take a while to edit, they take a while to shoot, and to get everything together. Even when you have proper backing, there's still more stuff that has to be done. And, there's some people commenting saying that they're disappointed, and it is what it is. I can't change that. I didn't write the script. I didn't make the length. But at the end of the day, we never said that it was going to be a feature film that's an hour and a half long. This is a short film. So we weren't trying to, it's not like we're trying to take people's money and say, oh, by the way, it's a short film. Like, no, we've been clear about that this is going to be, it's going to be a project that's a short film, and hopefully can open the doors for longer projects. But, it's just one of those things, like, I always look at these projects as, snapshots in time, right? And I think this one will be our snapshot in time of us trying to do something that fans have never done, with the fan support like this that made it possible. All of you in the chat, anyone that's donated on the backing or the backers, don't think that, we're not going to learn from these instances where, we try to make the next one bigger and badder, and it's like you got to start somewhere, right? So because feature films just take forever, and sometimes they don't even get done because there's a lot more moving parts. And there was already a lot of moving parts with this. You have to fly people out, you have to pick people up from airports, you have to, and all that is, money. That's an expense, traveling, paying for people's hotels and all that stuff. That's all in the budget. Like, that's all, Andy did an amazing breakdown when he first launched the crowdfunding about where all the assets were going to, where everything was going to and being applied to, and why we were trying to raise X amount. And I think that when you see this, it's not going to look like, something that's cheap, something that is just, made in a week, that because it was shot in a week, but it's not made in a week with crappy equipment, crappy cameras, crappy actors, crappy lighting. Like, it was made in a week but filled with 20-hour days in said week, and really just tried our best to push this over the line, where we felt it was, we all felt as a collective, like, man, that feels like Resident Evil. That is Resident Evil. We're not going to, so it's a big deal. So I just want to say, Keeper's Diary, you're going to hear a lot about it this next week as we promote it more and more. You're going to see a lot more about it. Hashtag the Keeper's Diary. Let's get this thing trending. Let's get this thing rocking, to let people know that we mean business. And these aren't kids from Hollywood. These are all kids that, grew up playing Resident Evil, falling in love with it, and coming together as a team to make it possible. And it's made by the fans for the fans. I know it sounds cheesy, but it's the truth. It wouldn't be possible without all of you, and I wouldn't be here without any of you, right? So it all works hand in hand. And I think, being able to collaborate on this will just help me learn as a filmmaker, and I can apply it to my own projects as well, that aren't Resident Evil related. But if it's a short film, if it's a comedy short, whatever I'm shooting on my Inocula Productions page, you learn from every single experience. So June 30th, it will premiere. Once the link is out there, once everything's uploaded, I will share it so you guys know exactly where you have to be and what time. I'm not sure the timing on that day of which is being released, but I'm sure that's being discussed right now as we speak. But yeah, so that's Keeper's Diary. I want to obviously just keep plugging that. And yeah, hell yeah, Brandon. Thank you so much. Thanks for being here, man. Yeah, Brandon's always been my film buddy. We've been making films together since we were kids. So you know, Brandon knows we all mean business when we actually come together to make something, whether it's for other people or for ourselves or approaching projects, right? So, let me catch up to some of these comments here. I know I'm missing some. Just bear with me. We did get all these super chats. Thank you for that. Alyssa, what's going on? Making sure. I think it was right here with the watch party, right? Yeah, so we're gonna do some more Discord watch parties with just movies in general, and Keeper's Diary. We might do that as well. Alex says, "Can we all call you and ask for advice for our problems?" Oh, the call-in show. Yeah, I'll just roast everybody for 2 hours. We won't talk Resident Evil, and it will just be a personal roast on everybody. No, it'll be a funny Resident Evil one. Hopefully, we can get going with that one. Or at least a test run, to kind of see. Again, I'm not going to go live just in case anybody crazy jumps on and says some crazy shit. You got to be careful with YouTube, obviously. So all the stuff will be pre-recorded, but it will be happening in real time. So the way I would do a call-in show is just I can be in the Discord room, and I can be in charge of who comes into the call, who I take out of the call. It's like a waiting room. And I would have the supporters, members, Patreon, and YouTube members would just be in there if they want to talk, and I can bring a certain people in, try to give people even amount of time, so I don't want to kick anybody off. I like to get a round table in as well if it's not too many people. We'll see. I got to try it out first, and then we'll see what the hell happens, right? So got to try it. I think it's a good idea. It just has to be executed well. So I want to, because I like to post them. I like to actually post them after they're done, right? I mean, I'm going to be pre-recording them, but I don't want to get a podcast and not have actual material to post. The goal is to come in with some kind of topic that I can bring to everybody that jumps on the show, and I can say, we're talking about Code Veronica. We're talking about, the classic collection, just little things like that, right? And so yeah, that's the plan with that. Bad Boys 4. How was that, Axel? Because I was telling my parents earlier, they're like, is there anything out in the movies? I'm like, Bad Boys 4? And they're just like, I don't know if I want to go see that. Not that they hate Bad Boys, but it's even the last one was kind of it wasn't bad, but didn't they kill Joey Pants? I was like, yeah, what the fuck? I don't want to spoil it, but. Not the new one, the old one. The old one's been out. Didn't they kill Joey Pants in the third one?
I didn't see that one either.
You didn't see the third one?
No, we know this. You only showed me the first and the fourth.
I thought I saw it in the theater, though. You definitely were there.
I was not there. When did it come out? Hold on.
I don't know. Maybe I just spoiled it for Callie, but... Bad Boys 2 was the best, actually.
Wait. Bad Boys 2?
There's 4 of them.
You're talking about
the newest one I'm not talking about. I'm not trying to spoil the newest one. I'm talking about the third one.
Oh, okay. I thought that you were talking...
No, I'm not talking about I don't know anything that happens in the fourth one. I just know that...
What's the one with the Uncrustables? It's not Uncrustables. What the fuck is it? The
Indestructible. Determination of the something.
What the fuck is it called?
I don't know what you're talking about. Crustables?
No.
Callie's trying to think about this real hard.
The one with fucking Balboa in it. But not him as that character.
Balboa? Talking about Sylvester Stallone?
Yeah, Sylvester Stallone and we just watched one. The fourth one of it.
Oh, it's not the Expendables.
Oh.
The Crustables.
The Uncrustables.
Wow.
Did you see how long it took?
That's horrible. The Uncrustables 5. Miguel says, do you agree that RE5 gameplay is better than 4's because they're kind of similar? I think they're pretty damn similar. I think some of the co-op mechanics in 5 are very well done when you have a co-op partner, but the AI makes it a little bit of a slog sometimes. Leon, I have hope, and I will be watching. Thank you, horror fan. I know you're going to be very excited for Keeper's Diary. Rambo's in the house. What's up, man? I already said what's up to you, but I'm just kind of going through the comments here. Currently finishing a script that is essentially RE but not under the title. Would you like to participate in joining the production when it begins? I trust your eye and ideas. Well, Chaplain. This is from Chaplain Cadet. Chaplain Cadet. I don't know. I'm horrible with names. Yeah, just message me on Discord and we can discuss. You know, like I definitely have some stuff going on next year as far as productions and stuff, but it depends on what I could contribute. Obviously, I don't know what I can. I don't know where you're located, but you can always message me on Discord, and you know, I could always check out the script and just see what's going on. Let's see here. The Golden is now a member and admin, the big two. Yes, Golden Freak, thank you. You've been a huge help of the channel over the years and a good support, so thank you. Remus is talking to Stuntman's Coke dealer. I'm doing okay. Just played a bit of Silent Hill 4 The Room. Really enjoyed it for the story. Funnily enough, Rambo, I'm going to be talking about Silent Hill in a little bit here because it has to do with Silent Hill 3. So, you know, but man, yeah, don't always go to the dealer, man, because, you know, Stuntman, I don't know, man. He says you can trust the dealer, but I don't know. Got to be careful. Hope you're doing well, Rambo. Thunders is excited. The bar is as low at this point that it would be impossible for this not to hit it out of the park. You are part of this, my man. Head up and be proud. Thank you, McBrew. Thank you. Yeah, no, I'm confident that everybody involved, you know, is you know, again, trying to give everyone something that is, you know, a true passion project. And like I said, hopefully it just opens the doors for more stuff, you know. Golden Freak says, Anna would love to help in the next possible project. If so, if any help is needed, keep me in mind. Golden Freak is, he's serious. Yeah, I mean, you know, I think that's always a discussion for, you know, I would say a lot of these film productions, you know, this one in particular is kind of within the RE space. But, you know, depending on what happens in the future, if I'm able to, you know, eventually also do, you know, my own kind of RE product in the future, you never know. And then I can obviously recruit my own team. This was mostly recruited, you know, starting with Ro, because that was the biggest thing, was it came from Ro, kind of like Andrew. It's Andrew's baby. It's Andrew's film. And basically, you know, took it to Ro. And then basically we were from there. It's like everyone was recruited from there of like, okay, who can we, you know, who can we get in this that is involved in the Resident Evil space or who understands the Resident Evil space and wants to be involved in some way. So if I ever branch out and do my own stuff, or when I do, you know, down the road when I'm doing more like bigger, higher end films, because that's what I'm building up towards, you know, like I've never stopped on my film channel since 2007, even when I'm doing dumb shit with the camera when I was, you know, 10 years old in 2000, you know, 4 or 5, you know, being 9 or 10 with a VHS camera. You know what I mean? That stuff never ended, right? Like that's when the seeds were planted as like a filmmaker or just content creator, and then you take it to everything else. So, all right, talk about the watch-alongs on. Oh, okay, Leon, I see what you're saying. The watch-alongs of the live action, so the commentary. Yeah, I like to continue the commentaries. Definitely, they're long overdue. Long overdue. Short films are cool, and who knows, a bigger film can happen down the line. Exactly. I already read Brandon's comment there. So someone said RE4 remake graphics are more beautiful than Ada Wong. Hearsay. Depends on which Ada, right? Bad Boys 2 was the best. That was a great movie. What's up, LTRE fan? What's up? Matt Clyburn in the house. Another member in here. The X-Crustables. Lucius, what's going on? Stevie Max here. This stream is brought to you by Uncrustable. Yo, thanks. LO, someone made me a member. Yes, that is Thunder's Productions. What does LTRE have in the way of a RE gossip? We got a release date for RE One Piece. So I don't have any good, like, you know, inside of Resident Evil. You know, I wish, like, even being like a Capcom creator, they don't tell us anything that you guys don't know. Which I know that kind of sounds like a cop out. Like, it sounds like I'm lying to you. Like, you know, it's like, you know, like, we don't get, I swear, wink, wink, you know, no. I really wish we got some kind of, like, you know, inside stuff. I wish, but unfortunately not. So I don't have anything, you know, I don't have any juicy details for the PC port that was put out there on the Peggy website as a rating. So it got a lot of people excited. We'll talk about that more as well. But are the rumors true for the RE9 having Jill and Leon? Well, that's another thing. Not sure. That's been kind of going around for a while now, the Jill and Leon thing. I'll discuss that as well. No one knows horror fan won't know until we get a trailer. Oh, what's that for the? Oh yeah, for 9. Yeah. Azure Eyes says I'll contribute music to your film. Well, I appreciate that, Azure Eyes. Obviously, you know, if I recruit you for one of my projects, you know, if it's a big project or a short one, you will get paid. You know, I don't expect you to do that shit for free because you do a great job with your music, and you have no idea how much your music's actually helping me. Because let's just say that YouTube gives you a library of music that is for content creators that you can download that's royalty free, right? That won't give you copyright strikes, that won't get demonetized, because if you use certain songs that aren't yours, you can't monetize, make money, because the money has to go to them, right? That's how YouTube works for people that don't know the in and outs of YouTube. It's boring, I know. I don't want to put people to sleep. But essentially, big shout out to Azure Eyes, because seriously, I woke up earlier this week and I had to spend like 2 hours cutting. You know how like I play music in the intro of these streams, of every stream? Well, it's to get people in here, right? I don't just like to click live and be like, here we go. And then I'm starting to talk about important things and nobody's in here. I play the intro music. It should be a countdown. I have to get a fucking countdown so people know, right? And basically the music that YouTube gave content creators, some of it ended up just now getting claimed on videos. So thankfully I didn't use crazy music in my VODs or podcasts that wasn't, you know, my own theme, I guess, or the LTRE little intro that I used for the podcast that Dustin made. I still use that. And I now, you know, I also use Azure Eyes, his stuff, but all of it started to get claimed. It was just like, oh, can't monetize this, can't monetize that, can't do this, can't do that. So I had to go in and cut out all those segments of all those live streams, like all of them. Like from like 2022, I used this one track, and it was from YouTube's. YouTube literally gives you a list of tracks. You can download the MP3, you can use it in your editing. And I was like, oh, this is a cool track. You know, I listened to a few tracks, and now they're actually getting claimed on my videos. So I have to go back, edit it out, trim it out. And with Azure Eyes theme, because it's an original theme, I'm never going to get striked by it. I'm never going to get claimed by it because it's an original theme that I'm using. It's not going to be like some artist that's saying that. So, yeah, I can't thank you enough for that, because, yeah, that's been a really annoying thing I dealt with this week. Because it was like all my 2022 streams leading into 2023. I switched it up a little bit. I started to use a different song. But even Resident Evil music, I have to be careful. Like, that's why I try not to use a lot of RE music in my videos that aren't specifically RE. Like, if I'm doing a review, that's one thing because it's, like, related to RE, so I'll use some of the tracks. But if I use, like, you know, a royalty-free track, this is putting people to sleep. So let's just, you know, it's fine. But yeah, multiple people have used some of those tracks. Some of them have been, because again, YouTube anyone can access these tracks. So all these other content creators, no one took it from me, Brandon. It was there all along. It's just now anybody that used that track all can't make money off of the videos or live streams anymore. They must have sold the song. Whoever uploaded that song to YouTube must have sold it or is now trying to make money off of said track. And any content creator that used it is now getting, not flagged, but I'm not getting copyright stricken or anything. Nothing happened crazy like that. It was just like, oh, if this song's in your video, you can't monetize. And I would only use it in the beginning of my live streams. I don't make anything off of VOD live streams anyway. I make money during live streams if people donate, yes. But like, I really don't make that much money off of people going back and watching live streams. It helps with the watch time, but at the same time, I don't want it to be taken down if I don't mute the track and take it out. So yeah, I'm putting everybody to sleep, but you get what I'm saying. That was just another sidebar real quick. But yeah, thank you, Azure Eyes, in short. Also, RE movie reboot rumored, big budget, based strictly on the first game. Thoughts? Well, I guess we'll see. McBrew says it's trash, though. Well, I mean, again, the live action films, I don't know what their next move is. We do know that it was being shot in Canada, and the title was Umbrella Chronicles from what we saw from those reports of the financial things that were leaked out there. So apparently Balk knows about some stuff with RE9. He said it on his stream. Yeah, I don't know. I don't really know. Again, it's one of those things where it's like I can't even give someone like him credit of knowing stuff because he knows just as much as other Capcom creators, and unless he knows people, like I even heard stuff around. I'm not gonna air anything out that I shouldn't, but I even heard rumblings, back in October about the next Resident Evil move, and I haven't seen anything that supports any of that. Like I heard it just from whispers down the lane, right? That's just like an old term, whispers down the lane. But yeah, it's like you hear shit and you're just like, I don't know. And then some content creators act like they know stuff, and then they don't. And I'm not saying that Balk may or may not be one of these people, but I am saying that he is one of these people. Matthew Webster, what's going on? I have nothing against Balk, believe me. I'm just saying that, I don't know. It's just regardless, you know how it works. The little guys get nothing. The big guys get everything. So, you know what I mean? We got to pick up the fucking scraps. But RE9 is in testing now, I believe, says Azure Eyes. Yeah, I mean, I'm not doubting that RE9 is right around the corner. I think it is closer than we think. I just don't think the reveal was going to be this summer like people thought. Or if it's not RE9, if it's the next remake that's also being made at the same time, I don't doubt they have multiple games in the oven in production. That goes without saying. Capcom's not dumb. They know what's going on. Yeah, some are really far-fetched, some are all over the place. So I just want something official. I agree, Lucius. That's why I'm trying to yeah, I do cover leaks from time to time, but I'm not a leak channel. I've been saying this. That's why I do other videos, discussion points. I talk about the news that is at least worth reporting on, like a Peggy listing for a remaster, which is what a lot of people like. Just use the Welcome to Raccoon City song. Yeah, right. Yeah, the He-Man song. That's what Stevie Mac was saying. Yeah, that's how you get taken down immediately. Let's see. So about your new theme, I'm looking for it now. Oh no, well Azure Eyes made it, so unless he gave it to somebody else, no one else should take it, or unless someone took it from my thing. But it's safe. It's safe in the system of YouTube. Let's just say that. So, Caesar, what's going on, man? Another member in the house. YouTube don't want to pay you. Yeah, no, they don't. Especially if you have someone else's tracks in there. Oh, the YouTube providing. Oh, YouTube providing tracks is what I was saying was trash. Balk likes to troll, though. That's true. He is kind of a troll. And look, I definitely like to troll when it comes to like not online. Like I troll my friends in real life. I'm definitely like a savage. Like I'll just fuck with people because it's funny. But I don't do that on here because like this is just like I can joke around and mess around with anybody. But as far as trolling, act like saying like I know something or act like I know something, that I can't do with a straight face. To be honest with you, without breaking out into laughter. Cat and Balk are close friends, so I wouldn't doubt it. Enough fake RE news to Steam Gamer. RE 2026 January. I don't know. We'll see, Gonzu. We'll see. Here's an RE9 leak, says Stevie Mac. Supposedly it's going to be a video game. Not sure yet, but that's what I'm hearing from my source. Exactly. Who works at ShopRite? That's amazing. Those sources at ShopRite in the deli, they know what's going down. September at the PlayStation Showcase with a May 2024 release. I'm calling it, says It's Your Eyes. Well, if they do a state of play in the fall, I think that will be more ideal for them to let people know it's coming out. And if it's not a state of play, they can do their own event. I tried to replay RE7 and the game has glitches during the jack fight. I can't use this chainsaw and I don't have enough ammo. Really? Interesting. I don't know if I ever had a glitch in that part specifically, Matt, but yeah, I'm not sure. No one has permission to use music I provide. Yeah, no one has permission to use music I provided, Anthony. There you go. Your Eyes says no. But yeah, no, I appreciate that. But yeah, it's one of those things that it's the YouTube system, and As Your Eyes, like I said, if I'll compensate you for more tracks if I need you to make more tracks, which might be more of a thing I have to do for videos and stuff. So I'll be hitting you up individually, and I will obviously pay you for your work for more tracks. You know what I mean? As we keep doing this thing. My hot take: R9 will launch on Switch 2 same day as PS5 and Series X. Honestly though, Matt, I mean you're probably not wrong because the Switch 2 is coming out in the spring. I don't know if it's going to be day one on the Switch 2, but the Switch 2 is going to be running stuff a lot better. So I think RE games will be able to run, even if they are, not at the highest 4K, 120 frames, but they will be able to run. And you won't have to stream them, like you had to do with 7 on Switch, and 2 Remake on Switch, and 3 Remake on Switch, and Village. All had to be streamed. Why the fuck would you want to stream those games with low bitrate quality dipping out? You can't natively download them. That's fucked. Save your shotgun shells, as Your Eye says. Hell yeah. Hey, Ant, what is a pet peeve you have about Resident Evil that annoys you? Probably like just the unfinished nature of some characters where they just kind of get left and they never get finished up or wrapped up in a like cohesive story. I think that's always been it. No one's going to copyright hit you like what happened to Dead Pit, right? Hopefully not. Oh, you mean like, you're talking about the Scheme Factory thing, Rambo? Yeah, that's fucked up. That's really fucked up. And, again, big fuck you to Scheme Factory, a.k.a. Scream Factory. We can just call them out, I'm never going to get sent anything from them anyway, so if they see this, I could give 2 fucks, This isn't a movie channel anyway, so. But, no, thankfully not, Rambo. All my my merch that's down below, thankfully, is all parody. And it's all like, I don't have Resident Evil on any of these shirts. That's something I made sure that, we didn't make that mistake of doing because Resident Evil is trademarked. That's another reason why our short film is The Keeper's Diary, a biohazard story. It's not called Resident Evil. There's no, you can't connect. Like, it is Resident Evil in what it is, the material, but it's not called Resident Evil. It's not titled Resident Evil. We had to be very careful with that. The Dana thing? Oh, no. It's in the Discord? Oh, my God. I am in the Discord, Rambo. So you know what it is, man? And I'm bad at this, and I shouldn't do this. because I miss a lot of shit, especially my own. I go out of my way to go in my own Discord and like look at stuff daily. I try to, and even then it's hard. But I turn off Discord notifications, like period, because I'm in so many chats and servers, and like my phone. I'm telling you, I want it. That's why it's on silent most of the time. I want to throw it through a fucking wall if it keeps ringing. If it keeps dinging and ringing, I literally want to just take this phone and throw it through a wall. So there's some notifications that I have to mute. So I do miss a lot of shit. It's probably to my detriment, but I also have to like manually check every server that I want. I'm in Dead Pit's server, but I gotta go and like look at that stuff. Is it still there? Is this recent, Rambo? I'm gonna have to look at that. Here's a pet peeve, or here's a peeve. Stop ruining Chris Redfield's as Stevie Mac. Oh man. Well, look, you're not wrong. I think the timeline jump is gonna be very interesting between Resident Evil 8 and where Chris is now. And are we going to see Chris in this game at all? If it's going to go Leon and Jill, then we won't. But I want to see Chris, regardless of the rumors. I just want to see Chris not written like someone who doesn't feel like Chris Redfield. So just saying that. The new leaks are Barry appears in RE9 and dies, and I really hope that's not true. I feel like there's always like bullshit leaks of characters coming out and dying. So hopefully that's not true, Golden Freak. The Nick 123. I'm from Orange, Australia. I played the OG RE2 back in 98 when I was 20 years old. Then OG RE, RE3, RE4, Code Veronica. Fond memories. I still own the games and PS1 and PS2. That's amazing, man. Yeah, I think it's crazy far and wide, no matter which area of the world people are in. We all get into it at different times in our lives, and we just remember those original games so fondly, and I think that's why people want to see them come back. Definitely. JD is still in Tokyo, just woke up, and hot and humid, 91 degrees here, still on catch up, 25 minutes behind. No problem, JD. Hopefully you're enjoying Tokyo over there, and stay safe over there. Yeah, it's a hot one, man. Put a take on us on a Depit video, and yeah, you can't really do that accidentally. Yeah, no, that's no good, Rambo. That's no good, man. Damn, what the hell? And what video was it? Was it one with her on it, or was it just like a Dead Pit video? Like, that's fucked up, man. Because that's like no joke. Like, I'm serious, guys. Like, Rambo knows this. I know this. Dead Pit knows this. People that have been around the block and know a thing or two about a thing or two know how precious anything like that, any kind of like false flag or copyright, like that is so detrimental to a channel. You only get 3. You get 3 chances, guys. So it's like, if someone does that shit, that's not cool. You can. It just depends. There's just a lot of red tape. YouTube doesn't have a proper customer support system. It's pretty bad. I had to get a strike lifted off my account years ago because an animation company tried to come at me for reacting to a Resident Evil CGI trailer that was a Vendetta trailer. And I actually had to go to the animation company's email themselves and say, this is fair use. I talked about it. I talked over it. It's all like, it's fair use. And then they lifted it. I was like, thank fuck. What did, about the 10 plus years in the future. Yeah, I definitely feel a certain way about the timeline jump. The 10 plus year timeline jump that we're going to see in RE9 because of what we saw at the end with Rose. Unless they fill in that gap of time, our characters are going to be a lot older. And that's a blatant, glaring issue that I understand why fans feel a little scared. And for Leon, it says it eliminated his hype for RE9. I understand. Like, I get it. Let's see what they do first. Let's not jump the gun, but let's see what they do. I can't wait for Chris Redfield to get a new look for the 3rd game in a row. Please no, Stevie Mac. Please no. They literally just used the village the village model wasn't bad. It was just what they did with his character was bad. So even if they used the village model and just made him look a little bit older, an original PS2 for $40. Should I buy it? A fat boy PS2? I don't know if $40 is a good price. What do they run nowadays? I don't even know. Yeah, I do like Chris's village look. Carlos in the house. What's up, brother? Stevie Mack says, I agree with Lucius about the village look. Yeah, definitely. All I care is I want to see my girl Ada again. I think we will, Miguel. 2 videos with Yoriko on it, her channel and Deadpit channel, but I guess she wanted it on her channel but says accidentally. Damn, man, that's like... Yeah, because copyright stuff. Because at first I was like, are you talking about the Scheme Factory thing? Because I know they came after them for using a parody of their logo, which, you know, it's a parody. It shouldn't be, you know... And it's like, why are you going to pick on Dead Pit? It's like they didn't do anything to anybody. I mean, they speak their mind, but they're like the best dudes. And like, they're awesome. They've been awesome to me. They've been awesome to the community. They've knocked down the doors for the horror community on YouTube and just on the internet, period. Like, people don't realize that they were really the first like horror content creators out there doing reviews, doing a weekly show, really dedicated to it and putting in their heart into it. And people... Just like everything else. Like, what did I say earlier? The big guys, they get all the scoops, they get all the info, and the small guys got to pick up the scraps, you know? That's just the kind of world it is. Whether it's film, whether it's content creation, whether it's, you know, YouTube, social media, it's like the clout goes to all the channels, and the people that are the real, you know, MVPs doing the work, telling it like it is. They're not paid off to say certain things by these companies or these game reviewers that are like, I swear I'm not getting paid off by IGN to give this a 10, you know, or not by IGN, but like to review it on IGN. And let's say it's like EA paying them, you know, that shit happens all the time. And it's like, that's why you got to keep real channels around that are grounded, that are genuine. Dead Pit being one of them. Rambo's one of them. We got, who else is in here that does content? I'm trying to see. Azure Eyes is a great composer. We got Matthew Webster that does his own content, trying to make his way. Brandon does a bunch of great music videos. Like, we all got to create our stuff, and we always have that ceiling above that is the saturation, you know, that we have to kind of push through. And it's so hard to do that. And yeah, when you got people fucking with the channel like that, in any capacity, whether it's like a company trying to say your merch is like this or that, or people trying to come at your opinions or videos, it's crazy. Just read this Discord on Dead Pit general discussion. Okay, got you. I will, when I get off here, I will check that out, Rambo, and I will definitely have some kind of update next time I talk to you. Ryan Fain in the house. What's up, man? I just want Capcom to put me out of my misery and just come out with what's next, whether it's 9 or a remake. I'm tired of rumors. Yeah, Mary, I don't blame you on that. I think it's definitely a little tired when we have a drought and, you know, we don't know what happened, you know, with the last thing. So, I don't know. It like the last bit of rumors, the last string of things, like people thought it was really going to be at these events this summer, and it wasn't. So it's okay. I think maybe we'll get something official soon. You know, I like a Capcom or Resident Evil event because if they do that, it's guaranteed info, and we don't have to like hope that we just get something. You know, I never liked RE7 look for Chris. Village was much better. Yeah, definitely, John, for sure. Separate Ways was so good. I hope they make a standalone Ada game at some point. I wouldn't be pissed at that. An Ada game would be dope. I would take it. An Ada spinoff game, give me it. You know, I'll take it. Let's see. Xbox tax does exist. What's that? Xbox tax. Yeah, exactly, Lucius. Wait, what? Plus, you get the petty YouTubers trying to take out any competition on top of it. Exactly. Yes. I was, you know, I'm not gonna, you know, not gonna toot my own horn, but like the RE listings, like I toot my own horn. No, I was definitely one of the first RE based channels to actually talk about the leaks on the listing on PlayAsia. You know, we knew there were placeholders, right? We had it, and that was an AI generated image, but before IGN, before GameSpot, before, you know, whatever these like anything you see on social media, like before any of those sites, I report it. Then other people report it, right, as they would on YouTube. I get it. It comes with the territory, especially if you're an RE content creator, survival horror content creator. You're going to talk about it. But the main headline guys, they get all the clout because those magazine article, whatever you want to call them, columns, I don't know what the fuck you'd call them nowadays. They don't print those things anymore. So it's all just on their, their front page, right? Or the clicks that they have to get, right? So, would you like RE9 to have an even greater scary factor than RE7? Should they scale it down? I mean, I'll take the amped up horror over the action any day. Definitely. I want them to kind of lean more into that horror. Azure Eye says Doom the Dark Ages 8 out of 10 because it was because it was made for Xbox Two, and it's actually a 10 out of 10. I see what you're saying, Azure Eyes. Yeah, no, people will pick apart that stuff all the time. It's like, dude, it's literally Doom. It's going to be awesome. I've been on a Doom kick lately, installing Eternal and Just Beat 2016. Hell yeah, dude. Doom is awesome. I can't wait. Dark Ages look good. Like first trailer, I was like, okay, like this looks okay. And then when I watched it a few more times, I was like, okay, this looks awesome, and I'm down to play this because it takes place before Doom 2016 apparently, and I love Doom and Doom Eternal, so I am there day one. Matthew Webster with the $5 super chat. Thank you, buddy. Appreciate that. For some reason, it lets me heart it, but then it doesn't let me thumb it up. But whatever. I guess that's kind of the same thing. Who would you prefer? Or, I'm sorry. Who would be your 4 RE villains for a Mount Rushmore lineup? Mine would be Birkin, Nemesis, Alexia, and Wesker. T002 is an honorable mention. Damn, that's a good question. Mount Rushmore. I would say definitely Wesker, Nemesis. I would say, man, Wesker, Nemesis. Okay, maybe just because I always loved the Proto Tyrant, but I would say Proto Tyrant, aka T001. So I would say Wesker, Nemesis, Proto Tyrant, and then I would say Birkin, because Birkin's the shit, and I feel like that kind of set the bar for the eye kind of being a thing, as well. So yeah, that would be my Mount Rushmore. That's a really good question, actually. Thank you for that $5 super chat. Standalone Ada Wong has been long overdue. Yes, I'd take an Ada Wong game for sure. Comes with the territory. What's up, Zoller? Oh, the Xbox taxes journalists being hard on Xbox and favoring PlayStation, Nintendo more. It's sad. Yeah, that's sad, man. Because it's at the end of the day, why are we being fanboys? We just have to be gamers and we have to play everything because that's how it was growing up. You play everything, Fanboys just shitting on the rivals as per. Yeah, exactly. Internet per normal, right? Yeah, screw that, man. I play everything. I judge everything fairly. That's just how I do it. And growing up, it didn't matter. I just played everything. I didn't care which kid had what at his house with as far as a console. You know what I mean? I played whatever. It's part of gaming. You just play it. What was it about Silent Hill 3? So, yes. So I know we're kind of jumping around with the questions and stuff here, but yes. So the poll, if you remember, the poll for the next. That's not true, Leon. That's not true. Xbox 360, buddy. They're on top. They're on top. I was there. I played this stuff. You see all this? These are all 360 games. I was there. Don't believe what people online say with this revisionist history shit, with these videos. They act like they were there when these movies came out, when these games were around. No. Nope. 360 was on top for that gen. I don't care what anybody says. They were. I don't care if the PS3 sold more eventually. That was down the road. But 360 is on top, buddy. I was there. So don't front. Don't come at me, Leon. I got the knife. I'm ready, buddy. I'm ready. I was there, buddy. Uh, this is coming from someone who primarily plays PlayStation players, so I'm not a fanboy. I mean, dude, it's all good. We play where you want. We got Yvette in here. What's going on? Especially Game of the Year talk and high scores with games. They take a point off for just being Xbox funded. Yeah, it's just some people are just really sad with that shit. Do you think Capcom ever regrets the decision of blowing up Raccoon City now that years later the franchise has found a home with people's hearts way beyond what you expected? I think the one thing they probably regret is not so much the destruction of Raccoon City, but maybe killing Wesker. I think that might have been I think that might have been, they could have kept Wesker around because I feel like they've been trying to chase that, villain. So, do you think, with like, there's always going to be, like the regrets, I think. But I don't know, like blowing up Raccoon City, I feel like that does, work very well with the trilogy of games. I think that is a good endpoint as far as that era of Resident Evil before they kind of like, they did the Code Veronica thing. They went back and did Remake and Zero, kind of going back to Raccoon City. And then with 4, they kind of pivoted away from the traditional style. Until you get the red ring of death, PS4 all the way, buddy. Gosh. Hey, man, the Slims are awesome, man. The Slims could get the red light, the Xbox 360 Slims, but it was nowhere near as much as the red rings. And guess what? We sent out our red ring consoles for free, and they fixed them because we didn't want to stop playing. Where everybody could have went to PS3, they immediately stuck with 360 and stayed for Halo and Gears. And I'm excited for Gears of War E-Day. I can't wait. Don't get it twisted. I'm excited for Gears E-Day. It's gonna be killer. Let's see here. I watched the interview with Charles, Greg, and Eric on Row. It was very nice of them to be involved with RE again after 25 years. Yes, and I'm very grateful that I was able to work with Charlie Kraslovsky, the original live-action Chris Redfield from the first game. He signed my Resident Evil 1 copy. It was a dream come true to be able to work with him every day, and he was just such a nice guy. And to call him a friend, the fact that I can call Charlie like a friend is kind of mind-blowing, actually. So I'm very grateful. And you're right. I'm happy that a lot of these guys are getting their, a proper welcoming back to the franchise, if that makes sense. Did you like the captain creature in Revelations 1 with him calling an SOS? Rev 1, I don't know. I kind of like the villains and the designs better in Rev 2. I don't mind Rev 1, but I liked Rev 2 a little bit. A little bit more than 1 with the designs. But the captain creature was okay. I do remember it fondly. I just don't like when I talk Rev now, while I do like both of them and I would like them to continue Revelations, I always kind of lean with Rev 2's like designs and story a little bit more than Rev 1. But Rev 1's got Jill as, the main character, so that's cool. So it's kind of like a balance, right? Because I really like Claire, Moira, Barry coming back in Rev 2. So they really did have some... That's why they got to keep Rev going, man. They got to keep it going. Alexander says, I look like a Mexican Leon a little bit. Damn. It's not the first time I've heard that. I'm not Mexican. I am Italian. And that is, don't let the nose fool you. This is a schnoz right here. It is Italian. So. But I've definitely heard that a million times that I look like Ivan Yogia from Resident Evil. And that's only been on this channel. Nobody's in real life actually come up to me and be like, you look like Ivan Yogia. No one's ever said that. But, there you go. It goes PS1, PS2, 360, PS4, and then PS5 Series X. They are as bad as each other, so take your pick. Yeah, nowadays, the console generation is completely screwed because these consoles are not delivering the power that we paid for. So PC is more what to do nowadays. They've been behind since Xbox One. Yes. I do think there, Leon, they did fall off with the Xbox One. Absolutely. I definitely, while I do support the 360 era and Xbox brand, I still do. I have a Series X, I have a PS5. They definitely dropped the ball with the Xbox One, lost a lot of fans. I myself went to PS4, so I can actually attest. I literally went to Sony. I always had a 360 and PS3, but I officially just made my main console with the PS4 for that era, and then I got an Xbox One X a little bit later in the gen. Kay with the 33 months member. Thank you, Kay. Hope you've been doing well. Hope you've been doing well with your job and everything. Yeah, thanks for sticking in with 33 months. Thank you. Thanks for sticking in the membership for that long. That's literally been like, one of the longest running members, so you're up there. Sticking with the Patreon, sticking with the YouTube memberships. All you guys that have been there, like, seriously, thank you. And vote on the next live stream. So that's what I was going to say. Silent Hill 3, the reason why I mentioned that, Rambo, is because the poll's out now. Silent Hill 3, Fatal Frame, and Parasite Eve 2. Right now, Silent Hill 3 is actually winning the poll on Patreon and YouTube memberships for the next survival horror live stream that isn't Resident Evil that will be featured on the channel this summer. I know it's Summer of RE, but we also got some other horror games we're going to be playing. And Silent Hill 3 I've never finished. Only played the first couple hours, never beat it. And it looks like Silent Hill 3 is going to be my next game. I think a lot of fans are excited for Silent Hill because of the obvious, remake and stuff, or whether you're not excited for the remake, regardless, any Silent Hill game that people haven't seen me play has been like, you got to play 3, you got to play 4. Silent Hill 3 is winning. But if you're a member, or if you got gifted a member of this stream, courtesy of Thunders or any other stream, and you didn't know that you can vote, the polls are exclusively to members, so only you guys can see them and vote. But clearly, Silent Hill 3 is taking the lead. Let me see what percent it's actually at right now. I'll try to pull that up so you guys can get an idea of where it's at currently. Okay, Silent Hill 3 is at 70% with 27 votes. Parasite Eve 2 is 19%. Fatal Frame is 11%. Fatal Frame is about to get knocked off the poll because it almost won the one time, and then I think a different game won. So started off this gen kind of strong, and then after that they've been barely doing shit. Yeah, I mean, I think the Xbox showcase thankfully kind of gave me some kind of like, okay, we at least got some stuff to look forward to. Gears E-Day, man. I cannot wait. Yeah, to get that crapola fixed 4 or 5 times on that Xbox 60. I don't either care either way. I'm just stirring the pot, goofing because I have no dog in the fight. Always played PS3. No problem, Rambo. But you see, I could say the same thing, right? To kind of play with that, right? At least with my Sony machine, my the accounts didn't get hacked and people's credit cards information was stolen, because I remember that on Sony when the PSN was down for 3 months long because of a information breach because their security was dog shit. So there you go. I'm just poking fun, but yeah, we all know that happened. So that's the thing, like with that era, Sony fans, you got me with the red rings. You got me. That was a problem, but we rebound from that with the Slim. And then the PS3, broken Blu-ray drive. First day RE5 came out, my dad got his copy of RE5. 2009, had the PS3 for maybe a couple years. Literally comes home to play it, puts it in, Blu-ray drive's dead on a $600 machine. And that was so. PS3 had the yellow light of death and then broken Blu-ray drives and then a hacked online eventually, which only that happened for a blip. And then 360 had it. They all had issues, but back then, I think we can all say across the board, I'm just poking fun. This is all just for fun. We got better games back then. We got games that were finished. Yes, there were title updates back then. Yes, there were downloadable content around that time too. But we still got solid fucking titles. So the ship location on Rev 1 was kind of boring. Yeah, I mean, the ships thing has been done before at that point in RE. So it was kind of like, eh. But the rumors of Zero and Code Veronica being remade by Scratch, I scratch my head of confusion. I feel like this one is going to be remade because the money is there, and I love to see the Spencer Mansion glow up, says Mary. Yeah, I think it makes sense to do that. I know that they're definitely going to be cooking up a remake and a mainline game, so let's see what they announce first. I would like to see the first game for the 30th anniversary. The fact that we were able to play PS1 and PS2 games on the PS3 but not the 5 is inexcusable. Yeah, that was the biggest mistake of the PS5, I think, was not being able to play all those games, and also bringing over that digital library of PS1, PS2 games that they already had, or the PS1 games specifically on PS3. They barely made a dent. I know they're adding them now to the PS5, but man, there's so many classic titles that should be on the 5. You know? Do you like Resident Evil Umbrella Chronicles version of Steve? Yeah, I don't think I hated it. I don't really remember it too well, but I don't remember hating it. A hero's welcome when he returns to the art. I hope not, Carly. I hope he doesn't come back. Good old P.W. Anderson. Nah, you're the wrestler. Mansoor, I know your real identity. Just Google search WWE. Okay, I have to look that up. Let me see. That's amazing. I feel like, okay, this looks a little bit more passable than the Leon in this wrestler. Okay, Rambo, fair play, fair play, my friend. I at least look closer to this guy than I guess Ivan Yogia, right? Which outfit for all characters do you prefer based from their appearance? Damn, for all characters? Fuck, I mean, miniskirt for Jill, all day, every day. The classic S.T.A.R.S outfit for Chris. The Claire biker outfit for sure. Wesker, I do like his Code Veronica getup. Leon, I do like his RPD outfit. So I feel like that's a fair amount instead of going into like, a million different there's a lot of people, but yeah, I heard a lot of great things about Silent Hill 3. I can't wait to play it. Imagine if RE9 has a demo when Chris's whole team dies and he gets captured, then the main game is Jill, Sheva, Josh, and Parker coming to save Chris. Like a rescue mission, huh? That would be interesting. I don't know if they would ever do a demo showing like a major part of the story like that, but I see where you're going with that, where it would just bring some of the other BSAA people together, which I would like to see. That's something that they haven't really done as of the current titles, is bring everyone together. And it doesn't even have to be a convoluted, crazy, congested story when you bring multiple characters in. You just have to pace it properly. Like the title says, what is Capcom's next move? Exactly. Capcom's next move, hopefully we get something that will, be very exciting. Now, the one thing that I love is a lot of people are discussing this. Resident Evil remasters, the original classic trilogy. So I did make a video on this, and I wanted to discuss this as well. This was put up on the Peggy website, and it got a listing for 18, Peggy 18. And is this going to be part of their next move? Now, the same day that this happened, the Marvel vs. Capcom collection, or I'm sorry, the Marvel Fighting collection, or the Capcom Marvel Fighting, what the fuck am I saying? The Capcom Fighting collection. There we go. So I gotta stop saying Marvel and Capcom. Marvel vs. Capcom is in there, but that's not what the collection's called. That was announced the same day. And so people were like, are they going to be doing these collections for a couple of their franchises, including the fighting games, including Resident Evil? I don't know. It might not be a coincidence. You should play Outlast 1 or 2. I did play the first one. I did enjoy it. I never played them on stream. You need to stop sleeping on Fatal Frame franchise. Carly, I always put them in the polls, and they never win, but it did almost win the one time. Thank you, Angie, for subscribing. I want another Evil Within. I know, man. The studio's toast. Evil Within would be amazing. That's probably going to be on the next poll. I'm going to have to get back and play that. and get your ass back on those live streams, at least 2 per week. Definitely. Well, there's going to be one. This is one today, and there's going to be one tomorrow. But yes, I've been trying to balance videos as well as live streams a little bit better the last few months, and I'm trying to give you guys a good balance. I want to make the live streams more events and not more where it's like 5 days a week and then I can't get anything else done. I want to try to balance, the videos a little bit better. And let me know if you guys have been liking the videos. I mean, I want to hear the feedback too, whether it's discussions and podcasts and all that stuff. Gonna buy the new Vegas expansion because of the PSN outrage. That shit pissed me off. Damn, yeah. Also, jailbroken consoles. Absolutely. I'm all for the jailbroken hack consoles. Rambo's got the Die Hard arcade. Hell yeah, dude. That is awesome. PS2, GameCube, Xbox was better than the modern consoles. Zamalis, I agree. 100%. I was talking about Anthony playing Evil Within on a live stream, Lucius. I think he wants no part of Ruvik again. Yeah, I mean, it's been almost 10 years since I've finished that on the channel this fall. So I think Evil Within needs to come back. Maybe sometime this summer. I have absolutely zero issues with the original and the RE engine. Yeah, if it's remade, I think people will love that. Rebecca, it's the Wesker outfit. Okay. Is your dream lineup of upcoming RE games in order? I would say probably RE1 remake. And then I would say RE9. So they can make RE9, and then I would say RE5. I'd have to put RE5 up there. And 0, like if they do 0 and 1 or they do something like that. That was for Tony Loco. He asked that. Dragon Ball Radiant, what's up? Speaking of wrestling, did you like how Village totally teased Chris doing a heel turn? Yeah, I mean, it just seemed a little like too good to be true. You know what I mean? Like it just seemed like they weren't going to, I don't know. Like it just seemed like, okay, yeah, like, but would Chris actually act like this too? Like would he not tell Ethan throughout the whole game that wasn't going on, When you mention multiple characters, I start having RE6 flashbacks. Well, yeah, you definitely don't want it to get too congested. That's true, Zimmel. I mean, yeah, companies want to make money. That's why we got stuff after 3. I'm curious, but when you do playthroughs, your thoughts on backseat gaming? Some like it, some don't. Some like to get a good ending, and some are like, let me play it blind if I miss stuff. Yeah, I'm kind of more of just like, if I need help, I will say it, but I try to go in blind. Like for Silent Hill 3, I'm going to try my best to go in, blind unless I really need help. Where there's games like Tormented Souls where we were all working together to get that done, because that was tough, right? So yeah, I definitely don't like backseat gaming while I'm playing. Like I don't want someone constantly typing in the chat, oh, turn left, use this door, use this key, like the whole time, like just spamming the chat. Like I definitely don't like that, unless I act like I really need help and I'm like, all right, guys, like I'm at a loss for direction here, So, one day I'll need to get you on my channel. We can roast Welcome to Raccoon City together on a commentary. Yeah, man, for sure. I think that'd be very fun. I got to finish these damn commentaries on the original films. I know Leon was talking about the watch-alongs, or someone in here was talking about the watch-alongs, the commentaries, and I really have to finish it. I have to get some other people in to finish Extinction Onward, so I like to do that. And then, yeah, Welcome to Raccoon City is just sitting there. If only Capcom would buy Evil Within IP, maybe infuse it into the RE universe. That's like in a perfect world, but they're not going to do that, unfortunately. But, I had kidney stones when Evil Within came out, so I never want to play it again, says Milky. Oh, yeah, that would ruin it for me. Yeah. Your thoughts on The Boys? I absolutely love that show. Going to be sad when it ends. Only saw the first episode of The Boys. Really liked it. Had nothing against it. Just didn't watch it, as I don't watch a million shows that people tell me to watch because it's just a lot of content out there. But I've heard nothing but good things. I know a lot of my friends, Brandon, a couple other people like The Boys. I'm not saying it's bad. I got to watch it, though, so I know I'm behind on that. But the good news, though, on everything, though, like I said with Capcom, now that I'm caught up with the comments, is, hopefully with this PEGI 18 date for Resident Evil 1, we get a remaster or a collection of 1, 2, and 3. I think you should be able to play 1, 2, and 3 everywhere. So the one thing that's a little scary with Capcom is that they recently just did the Capcom collection, the fighting collection, which is coming out this year, and they don't have it coming out on Xbox because apparently this engine that they can't get to run on there, or they're not pretty much, they're basically just not really trying. They're just like, yeah, we're good. We're just gonna put it on PS4 and Switch. Let's hope they don't do that with the Resident Evil collection. I mean, it's also on Steam, the Capcom collection, but let's just hope it goes on every console, because if the Tomb Raider collection could go on every console, if the Metal Gear Solid collection could go on every console, so should Resident Evil. There's no reason why any fan base on any side, there's no reason why Switch should get left out, Xbox should get left out, PlayStation should get left out. Like, any which way it works, my fingers are crossed that they don't repeat these patterns, because the Capcom collection has caused controversy when it comes to not coming on Xbox, and that is kind of weird, right? And it shouldn't be the case. It should just be out for everybody. Yeah, exactly, Alex. Like, all you guys in the chat should be able to play that, and the excuse of, like, they can't get it running on a certain engine, on, like, that's all BS. It's like, the games are already done, and you're charging people $49.99 for the games again. So if you're charging people, you are making more money off of it. You should make it run on everything. And, again, I'm not afraid to call people out when I'm just like, hey, look, this is kind of a messed up, like, in my opinion, as a business strategy, this is not good. It's not good. I like the fact that you can play online. It's not cross-play. It's PS4 to PS4, Switch to Switch, Steam to Steam, right? So that's another odd thing. But, yeah, it's just like for the RE collection, if they do this, this is the reason why that RE video was important that I made about the collection is because that's the first piece of solid information that we have that this might be coming out. Like, seeing that Peggy listing. The next would be ESRB putting a rating up for a Resident Evil PC port, right? And then we're like, oh shit, now it's really happened. That didn't happen, but I'm saying if it does, because it would mean just as much. I mean, the Peggy website is the official ratings over there for Capcom Europe, and Capcom Europe put that up. So, here we are sitting here like, it's just RE1, but what about RE2 and 3? People should be able to play these games. I understand the remakes are out. I understand that's the way a lot of modern people want to play it, but to respect the legacy, to go back and play it, to see where it came from, why is Resident Evil Director's Cut the only game you could play on PS5? There's no RE2, there's no RE3, there's no Soul Reaver, there's no Legacy, like I said, Legacy of Kain, that's a classic PS1 game. That should be on there, right? Medieval 2 isn't on there. Medieval 1 is. That's kind of cool. It just got added. The Metal Gear Solid, the first game, that's in the collection, right? But, like, where's, oh my god, there's so many other games. Like, the other Twisted Metals aren't on there. They just have Twisted Metal 1 and 2. There's no Twisted Metal 3. There's no Twisted Metal 4. They barely have... I mean, they don't even have the original Crash games on there. Like, come on. You know what I mean? Just little things like that. And Resident Evil Director's Cut is behind a subscription wall. So you actually can't buy it individually. So all the other PS1 games you can buy individually, you can't buy Director's Cut individually, which is stupid, in my opinion. So we need to have a way to play these games. Charge $49.99. Play. Oh, yeah, you're right. Yeah, Silent Hill. Same thing. Silent Hill 1 isn't on there. Silent Hill 2 isn't on there. Super disappointed, and their PS2 catalog, while they're still trying to add and play catch up now on this PS5, like, they gotta hurry it the fuck up, because they own a lot of this shit and it's not there. That's the one thing that's definitely been, like, making me pissed off about the 5 is just the lack of honoring their legacy, because Sony has some of the best legacy titles in existence, and we don't have them where we can just play them anywhere. So I think a lot of people do just want, yes, Alex, you're right. Yes, the anthology did come with all the Resident Evil titles. If you had a PS3, you could actually get the anthology Resident Evil collection for RE6. It actually came with download codes for 1, 2, and 3.
said
Yeah, V anthology. Yes, RE6 Taylor Swift anthology. Since Capcom is notorious for leaving behind cliffhangers, how confident are you that we'll actually see Chris and the BSA arc get continued? Watch RE9 have a new random guy that Leon now babysits. Hopefully not. Now, how confident am I? So it depends. It depends on if I see that trailer and we're still in the 10-plus year time skip. Are we still in this time skip? Because then that means they've already resolved that issue. And will they go back and explain said issue and how it was resolved? That's my biggest pet peeve with them, is like if they just avoid that. Ooh, sorry, I had to sneeze. Which Silent Hill 3 are you playing? Because there are 2 different versions of voice cast. And man, no Bad Boys Miami Takedown PS2 on there. Yeesh. Not yet. It's not on the polls yet, man. So I'm going to be playing the original. Yeah, I'm going to be playing the original. I'm not going to be playing the HD collection. Yeah, I'm just going to try to play the original. I played the original too, and I'm going to try to do that. Yeah, that's what sucks, Leon. Yeah, like jailbreaking consoles is the best way to just get everything. And the PS4 has been jailbroken, and that's amazing because a lot of people can, play some of these games and still you can play PS1 games, you can play PS2 games, like any PS2 game you can just run on the PS4. That excuse that they had, like, oh, we can't get PS2 games to run on the hardware. Literally, modders and homebrew and like all these crews like that are making these things possible, that are hacking stuff. They literally are trying to show fans like they lied to you. Like this shit can run. This shit will do it. So yeah, you can still get the trilogy on PS3 still. The store is still up. They kept those PS3 titles on there. You could buy RE3 Nemesis on PS3 right now if you have a console that can go online. You just can't take that and play it on your PS5, which is what you should be able to do. Like if you bought it once, you can get it again. I don't want to play illegal copy of the game. I'd rather play my PS1 disc from... I mean, I understand that, but it's not going to work that way on a PS4 because, unfortunately, it doesn't read the PS1 games. But, I mean, you can essentially, Milky, put your disc in your PC, rip it, take that file, put it on the PS4 and play it. It's the same thing. You know what I mean? Now, if you had a hacked PS3, you could play your legit games. You could play hacked games. Any way you want to play it. Yeah, like the RE4 intro. Yeah, I know what you mean, bro. It's just going to be like, and it's over. I have a PS3 modded system, and that has about 100 PS2 and PS3 games, so got most of the ones I ever wanted. Was worth it, and when Beverly Hills Cop PS2 from Europe, one of the worst PS2 games. Oh, my God. See, I never even knew that was a game. Beverly Hills Cop, they actually made that on the PS2. Not surprising. Yeah, man. Yeah, having a modded console is like being a kid in a candy store. You're just like, dude, I don't even know what... These are all free, and I can add more stuff on it. Like, it's cool. It's all good, Milky. I mean, to each their own, At the end of the day, you could blame Sony for not making the PS5 just play all your discs. Like, literally, like for... I'm not going to, front, but here we go. For Xbox, literally, look at this. Where is it? This game, Fusion Frenzy, is on the original Xbox, right? This disc is from 2001. I can literally take this disc, put it in my Series X, and it plays. That's what PlayStation needed to fucking do with the 5. Why? Why can't we do that? You know what I mean? It is possible. I understand that they have a team of people, Xbox, that works on backwards compatible stuff. PlayStation does not. However, when you're making your hardware, why wasn't that considered? So I'm just letting you know that consoles can do it, but it just depends on how much of a shit they give. Because I love the fact that my ecosystem with the Xbox is like, I could pull mostly anything off this shelf, pop it in and play it. Yes, there's some games. It's not every game, but most games you can. The fact that I can take some stuff from that generation and play it is awesome. Yeah, the X-Link, Kai. Hell yeah, Milky. I love X-Link. That thing's a godsend. That thing's awesome. All right, let's see if this... Does it want to work now? All right. Yeah, I was just trying to fix the stuff here. All right, hopefully we're not lagging anymore. What is happening? Yeah, I'm talking about hacked PS3s. They're coming to get me. Wow. And that's how you lose 60 people. 70 people. Let me see if I can reconnect to this chat here. All right. Well, we went from 70 people to 13, so... all right. The internet dropped out, which it hasn't done in a while. And it's doing it again. Why is it?
It's not like your brother's also streaming.
Now I'm back in the green. Let's see if this works a little bit. That's how you lose viewers, people. Yeah, I don't know what is going on with OBS right now. Damn. Yeah, OBS is not cooperating with me right now. Reset the internet, and it's still giving me red, but it says excellent connection on YouTube. So, can you guys hear me? Like, does this? I don't even know. It just keeps saying I'm dropping frames. So, still here. I got 42 people in here. Well, I'll try to. I don't know how this thing is fucking going. Is it moving? Is it working? You're good now? Okay. Maybe the OBS is just glitching. Because it keeps saying I'm in the red, and then it says I'm dropping frames, but I don't know if that's like actually happening. If it stops, just let me know, but maybe we can continue. Is it safe to read comments and questions? Hopefully. Yeah, I usually don't have... I mean, it's not raining right now or anything. There's not windy. I mean, it's hot as fuck, but at this point, it's like, you know, it's dark outside, or it's getting dark, and it's not, you know... the heat's never affected at least my connection, but yeah, because like on here it keeps saying drop frames, but I think like OBS is telling me one thing, and then YouTube is saying excellent connection. So I'm sitting here fumbling with it, but I don't know.
Do you want me to watch it for a second?
Yeah, just see if you get a spinning circle at any point, because then that means it will happen to them as well, which will be the viewers. All right, so people are still here. We got 50 people back in here. Hopefully this stays, because again, anytime this happens and people think it's their stream when it's buffering and it ends up becoming a connection issue, people leave, and that's what sucks. Like I had 70 people, now I have 51. I mean, it's still a decent amount. Thank you. They're coming back though. Well, because they're realizing that the video isn't freezing anymore. Because if I have connection issues, then you guys will constantly see a buffering circle, and then people think it's on their end, and then they just leave, which I don't blame them. But yeah. All right, let me see if I can catch up with some of these comments here. Yeah, the PlayStation backwards compatible thing, that's what I was last talking about. So hopefully in the archive, it will just cut to me talking to this. But yeah, I should be able to put any disc in like an Xbox and play it. So I think that's the one thing where sometimes hack machines are a godsend. Yeah, I agree, Rational, about the anti-compatibility thing, or backwards compatibility. Thank you, Rambo, for telling people that I was trying to fix it. I appreciate you, man. Appreciate that. Yeah, 2 is like my favorite Silent Hill. I absolutely love Silent Hill 2. So I'm curious when I finish 3 how that's going to be. Like, you know, because 3 is also considered a fan favorite, but I love 2. I mean, 2 is not only my favorite Silent Hill game, but it's one of my like favorite survival horror games. And that's being like a hardcore RE fan, you know, like that's saying something. So the father line, I think so, Darth. It might sound more like dramatic and even crazier this time, but thank you, Callie, so much. Leon says it keeps going buffering.
I haven't seen that.
But Callie hasn't seen it. Now it's dropping some, says Matthew.
I'm also on the same exact Wi-Fi that you're on.
I'll stop for 15 seconds, then I hear fine, then another 20 seconds. It's hard to tell you because there's waiting. It's a 30 seconds per comment. Yeah, I do turn on slow mode, but I can turn it off for this right now. Turn off slow mode. There you go.
I hope they're not confusing your pauses.
Yeah, I mean, hopefully.
Pausing, like when you're speaking, as like it buffering.
Yeah, I mean, hopefully it's not. Is my mic too low, the Nick? I usually have my mic like pretty damn high. But how does this sound? Do you have to really turn it up, Callie, on your phone, or is it like?
No, I feel like it's good.
Okay.
Yeah, it's good now.
All right, I turned off slow mode, and we're talking about backwards compatibility. Okay. Okay. All right, I'm just making sure. I don't want to start talking and then the stream starts buffering and then none of this is getting archived even, because that's the thing. If it constantly buffers, the archive, it will just cut to when my connection was fine. So I want to make sure that people in the archive just don't see me being like, is it good? Is it good? Is it good? Is it good? For like 30 minutes. You know what I mean? So, but okay, that's fine. I'm only going to go until about like a little bit after 9 anyway. So, yeah, we're going to be, me and Callie are going to be checking out Inside Out 2. So, yeah. All right. All right, let's see how this is now in present time. Just don't understand. It's not at a... All right. Yeah, I'm not sure why this doesn't happen in months, and then the one time I want to just jump on here and chat, I can't do it. But all right, yeah, internet company, yeah, Comcast, fuck you, buddy. We're stuck with Comcast because they monopolize the area. Yeah, no, there's no one else using the Wi-Fi or anything, and I'm hardwired in, and I have a Cat 6 cable. But
Fucking.
all right. All right. All right. I don't know if anyone can hear me at this point.
I can. It still looks good on my end.
Because I keep because the YouTube connection keeps saying poor now. Yeah, the wheel keeps popping up. Yeah. Okay. It's like I reset it and then it goes green for like 2 seconds and then it goes immediately back down. But now we're saying excellent connection. So fingers crossed.
I type and getting error messages. I don't understand what that means.
It's probably just because I had to click stop and then start stream again. Not on YouTube's end, but the. That's okay. That's probably just because I keep messing with the OBS settings, Rambo, and sometimes I have to end it on the stream, and the stream never fully ends unless I click end stream on YouTube. So I'm able to adjust the. Um, yeah, it keeps going in and out for me too, guys. Yeah. Um. All right. I guess I will try to I guess ask some questions. I'll try to go and push this to another 15 minutes, and then we'll wrap this up. I wanted to go like a tad longer, but yeah, right now it seems to be fine. I'm just gonna have to hard reset everything tonight when everyone's in bed, and I can just reset everything. Yeah, because we're not having any crazy like weather. I have really good equipment. I'm hardwired in, Cat 6 cable, all that good stuff. So yeah, see now it seems to be fine. Like I'm not seeing any. See it like when I'm looking over here, I'm looking at the connection. Okay, let your questions be heard. I don't want to bore people in the archive with this fucking technical difficulty bullshit. Thank you guys for sticking with me for so long. The good thing, yeah, Comcast and somewhere sweaty ball. Exactly, Callie. Comcast fucking sucks. Um, That's true. Or they have random dips. You ever notice that, Rambo, where it's just like whenever you want to do something and it's like it's almost like they know, like, oh, Rambo's gonna be doing this one thing. Let's fuck up the connection. Like that's how I feel about this. It's like, oh, Anthony's about to stream. All right, we're gonna drop the fucking connection. It's like, dude, what is happening? AT&T and folks' phones are having outages. Yeah, no, I've heard about that, and yeah, it's just been a mess sometimes with some of these companies. But yeah, any questions? Yeah, what's up, Mountain Arts in the house? Mace is in here. Thank you guys for holding it down. I know we lost a little bit of people, but it's all good. Because sometimes when it constantly buffers, it just kicks people out, and that's okay. Now, the last thing I also wanted to talk about while you guys kind of get in your questions is, yeah, so I'm excited for the Classic Collection. If they do get something like that, it is fun that we actually have something to look forward to. That seems to be happening, but Did I watch the Halo show, says Jake E? Yes, I did. Season 2 is a lot better than Season 1. No. I'm saying no. Callie's saying yes. Maybe there's something I don't know, Callie. Yeah. But, yeah, Season 2 is a lot better than Season 1. And it wasn't that bad. I mean, I think people were definitely, like, you know, giving it more shit than it needed to be. But, you know. But as far as the other thing is the Capcom results. So let's talk about that real quick, right? Capcom survey results. I did a video on both bits of news. The Capcom results of over like 250,000 people or 40,000 people. Jesus.
It's true.
That is true. Hey, it's 2024. It's all good, says Rambo. Yeah. Exactly. Yes. So, the survey results are in, and man, Dino Crisis is making the rounds. So, Dino Crisis seems to be the most requested game series to come back. Regina beat out Claire Redfield on the top of the charts over Claire Redfield, which is nuts. How many alt accounts were made? I mean, I don't know, but probably a lot. No, I'm just kidding. But I do really like Dino Crisis. I know some people might have thought that I hated Dino Crisis from that video. I did not mean that in any way. I was just kind of poking fun. It is kind of nuts that it got so high of a result, but I'm happy because I want to see Dino Crisis remade as much as the next guy. I love Dino Crisis. It's right there with Resident Evil. They're damn near the same character. Exactly. One fights dinosaurs, one fights zombies. But yeah, I'm excited to see, you know, what the survey results let them kind of like get an idea of what we want to see come back as far as their IPs. And, you know, Ace Attorney was up there. Devil May Cry was up there. So I think we'll get another Devil May Cry. No, actually, not my fans, Callie. The Capcom fans, as far as games they want to see come back, which Ace Attorney never really went away.
I fucking love Ace Attorney.
But I think that they want like new ones, I guess. I don't like, or a newer one. I don't know. But Matt's laughing at Callie's comment. But yeah, I think it should happen. I don't think it needs to be you know, right now, as far as like they got to make it right now, because I know they have a lot of plans. But if they see this fan reaction, it's pretty good. People want Dino Crisis, so they'll give you another Clock Tower soon. Exactly. Well, here's the thing. So Clock Tower 1 is actually getting a remaster this year, or it already did. The first game, I'm pretty sure. I don't know if it came out, but it's funny you mentioned Clock Tower, because even that's coming back. So, you know, Dino Crisis, as far as a remake, I'm all for it. I love Dino Crisis 1 and 2. And yes, a lot of people did point out, Anthony, you missed it. Dino Crisis 3 was on there as some of their favorite games. And I scrolled right by it because I was probably not trying to look at it because I don't want to acknowledge that that game ever fucking existed. But apparently there was 100-something people that voted Dino Crisis 3 as one of the games that is their favorite. What the fuck? That literally has to be a troll, and I refuse to believe otherwise. And I can't believe I missed it in my video, and I missed it while editing. Otherwise, I would have put a little thing. I think it's getting a remaster. I don't think it's a remake, Matt. Let me confirm that right now so I don't sound like a dink, but Clock Tower remaster. I think it's a remaster. Yeah. It's getting a remaster for Xbox, PlayStation, and Switch. And it's supposed to be sometime this year. I don't think it's out because I feel like a lot of people would have been playing it, but probably no updates yet on it. But it is coming out. I never beat Dino Crisis 3. There's a lot of, you know me on this channel. I always finish playthroughs. The one incomplete playthrough that I still have to this day on this channel is Dino Crisis 3. My trauma did block it out. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do that Were you a Halo fan during the golden age of Xbox? Absolutely, Mars Invader. I have my original Halo 1 copy here. I have Halo 2 and my original... You want to see my rusty tin? It's corroded to shit because this happens to all of these, unfortunately, as you have them for years. But this is my original Halo 2 copy. I was there playing with my friends on split screen co-op. We got the anniversary. We got my OG Halo 3 copy. We got my ODST copy. We got my Reach copy. We got my Halo 4 copy. And then I think I have 5 as well. Right next to Guitar Hero, as it should. Get the fuck out. Dino Crisis 3, yep, it's a glitch in the Matrix, and that shit ain't happening. Yeah, no. Because I think when people really think Dino Crisis, they're thinking of the first 2 games. At least that's how I would think. You don't want to complete Dino Crisis 3, trust me. Honestly, if I did it, it would probably be with cheats. Now you know which game to put on the next poll. Well, here's the thing. If I put that there, I feel like it's going to win because it's going to be a bunch of trolls voting on it because they want to see me suffer. I'm not calling the members trolls, but I think they would be trolling in that instance because they'd be like, you know what? We pay money to support this channel every month. We want to see Anthony suffer. That's fine. I will do that. If the fans vote on it and I myself put myself in that position by putting it up there, you know, I'm asking for it. Never played Halo. I just know Master Chief showed his ass at some point. In the show, he definitely laid some, you know, some Chief connection down, if you know what I mean. Give us a spicy take. What RE games are overrated? Village, I think, is way overrated. I know that's an easy one because it's the latest one, but it really is. Lady D hyped that game up when it wasn't even that special. She was barely in the game. And the story sucked. The gameplay was fine, but the story was just lackluster. You know, like Chris Redfield didn't act like Chris. And you're telling me that Miranda knew Spencer and they were on a boat together? What? But if we're not saying Village, I would say... Yeah, she was 90% of the marketing. But that's why I think it was a mistake, right? Because it's like they finished the game, and then when she took off way more than they, you know, they were probably like, fuck, we should have put her in the game more. Damn, I'm trying to think of another overrated one. I don't know. It's really hard for me. I'm looking at my shelf. I'm like, man, I really don't know. I have to go with Village. It's hard to pick a different one. Like, it's a very popular Resident Evil game. It's sold so much copies, right? And the gameplay was, you know, good. I still like the gameplay. It wasn't like a bad playing style game, but the vibe just wasn't Resident Evil. Since both of you have RE and film channels, who takes this between John Wick and John Rambo against Leon and Chris? Oh, shit. John Wick. So it's 2 against 2? I mean, if I say Leon and Chris, I'm biased, but let's be honest. I don't know, man. Rambo's a savage. John Rambo, the character of John Rambo's a savage. Rambo, who's in the chat, is a savage. And John Wick is a savage. I feel like John Wick or Rambo would ice them, to be honest with you. Like, they would put up a good fight, but man, like, Rambo just has those tactics that nobody else knows. I mean, he's like a soldier. John Wick is just crazy because he just knows martial arts and he just, can fuck you up. I feel like Rambo knows like a decent amount of like martial arts and fighting, but John Wick would take the cake because he's flipping people and shit and shooting and hiding up against walls. I don't know. It's a good question. Thank you for the $5 super chat. Hopefully I answered it fine, but I do love all of those characters. No knock on Leon and Chris, but I don't know. I'd have to give it to John Wick. Both Johns. John Wick and John Rambo on that one. Matt Clyburn has been around for 13 months. Well, actually, now I will vote for you to play Dino Crisis 3 just to see a miserable, horrible ending. Actually, I'll pay more to see you play. Uh-oh. Now it's on the table. Rambo could take a ton of damage. Exactly. So RE8 being overrated is a cold as fuck take, so that's not good enough for you, Mars Invader? If it's a cold take, really? Is it a cold take? Because everybody sucks that game's dick. I don't know, man. I would say Code Veronica. You want a hot take? I would say Code Veronica. I like Code Veronica. I'm not saying that it doesn't deserve a remake, but I think a lot of people put that game on their like top 3 or top 4. It wouldn't be up there for me, man. That game has a lot of backtracking that I fucking hate. The soundtrack is amazing. The voice acting is kind of funny. The story is still good, but I do think that Code Veronica gets a little bit more hype than... It's a good game, don't get me wrong, but Code Veronica. There you go. Is that a hot take for you? You Mars Invader motherfucker? Just don't give John a pencil. Yeah, exactly. I just want a classic RE2 and RE3 over remake any day. Oh, classic RE2 and RE3 over a remake. Well, hopefully we get that soon. Matt with a $4 super chat says, thought I was kidding. Play Dino Crisis 3 now. It's going to have to happen. Look, I know it's going to happen because, like, to be honest with you, I hate leaving things unfinished. And, like, that has always been in the back of my mind where I'm like, I never finished Dino Crisis 3. We never finished it. Me and John played, like, 2 streams of it, and we were just like, fuck this game. But, yeah, understandably so. Yeah, see, Mars Invader's quiet now. See, he can't say shit. He got the hot take, and now he's not saying anything. His mouth is shut. Dino Crisis 2 Remake, Holy Grail of remakes. I'd love to see Dino Crisis 1 and 2. Do them both. Like, I like both games. I'm sorry, Ant. We have to see you play it. I mean, I think it will happen. Well, that's the thing, right? So it's one of those things where it's like, do I even put it in a poll because I know you guys are going to troll vote it? Or should I just do it by default because it needs to be done? It's like I can't escape it kind of thing, because I can kind of escape it if like I dance around the pole a little bit, dance around the pole. See, that's at the LTRE After Dark stream. Rambo says, so what is everybody in the chat's hot take on Resident Evil? That's a good question, Rambo. Go ahead. Yeah, hot take. My hot take would be Code Veronica is overrated, and then I guess a cold take would be Village, according to Mars Invader, because he's the master of all takes. He still hasn't said anything. He still hasn't said anything in the chat. I'm calling him out. Yeah, Mars Invader, what's up? Cat got your tongue? Cat got your fingers? Did your fucking fingers fall off trying to find your dick? What happened? You interested in the Jurassic Park game? It looked okay until I saw the gameplay, and I was like, oh, it's first person. And the graphics definitely didn't look as good as the cinematics. So I'm a little weary of that. Hot take, Jill looks better blonde there. That's a pretty hot take. I feel like most people like Jill brunette. RE2 is overrated. RE is better as an action game like RE4. Okay. Jakey likes the action side of things. He doesn't like RE2. So you're more of the RE4 jam. That's your jam. Resident Evil 2 remake overrated, and I hate RE5. Resident Evil 2 remake is okay, but didn't love it like the others. Really enjoyed Resident Evil 4 remake and OG Res 4 and Res 2. Okay. Mine would be kind of the opposite of Anthony's. Code Veronica should have been remade first before 4. I know why a lot of people think that, but I think even though the story isn't different, like even if they went back and remade a game that takes place in 1998, like Code Veronica, right? Like, I don't really see, like even if they put out RE5 before Code Veronica, let's just say like a remake, right? I don't think fans wouldn't know who Wesker is because Wesker was literally in RE4 and people knew who he was. I understand you don't know everything, but it's just like we know who Wesker is. You know what I mean? Imagine getting Dead Aim back. That'd be interesting. But I don't think we'll get Survivor, Dead Aim, any of those games back. Unless we get some kind of like updated on-rail VR shooter or something like that, which I'm surprised they haven't done, right? Because the rumor, I don't know if you saw today, I don't know if they're rumors, but it's coming out that apparently some of the PSVR 2 funding is being pulled. So it doesn't look good for the PSVR 2. It's probably not selling very well because it's $650 fucking dollars after tax. It's the price of a fucking console, or $600. Gotta head out. Have a good night. Thank you, Rambo. Thank you so much for hanging out. Thanks for holding down the chat when things were buffering, and it's always good chatting with you. And I will promise you, I will look at that Dead Pit Discord when I'm done here. The boat save room theme was amazing. I do agree. I love that save room theme in Dead Aim. Has some good songs on there. My hot take is Wesker is overrated, says Matt. Sure, he was a big and influential, but he was mostly behind the scenes, and some of the best games don't even feature him. Example, RE2 and 3. He served his time well. Okay, I like that. Hot take: RE Operation Raccoon City is underrated, but still sunk. Zed Army. I will say that I do think that Operation Raccoon City is a little underrated. It is a what-if spin-off game that takes place in the events of 2 and 3 original, and in my opinion, it's a fun co-op action game. I think it's right up Leon's alley, Leon YouTube's alley, because he loves more action side of stuff. I think if you're in that action lane, that's the way to do it. Operation Raccoon City is a fun what-if game. It's harmless to the story. It's not canon. It's not fucking with anything. We knew what that was when it came out, waiting for the next RE6 that was coming out that fall. We got Operation Raccoon City in March. Resident Evil 6 came out in October, so it was a good holdover for Resident Evil 6 that didn't have the style of Resident Evil 6, but more like a SOCOM shooter, which is fine. I reviewed it highly back in the day. My review was actually the first one online because I got the game early. Shout out to Perry. And it got a lot of views, and that was still one of my highest viewed videos. Darnizzler, what's up, brother? Long time no see in the chat. Hope you've been well. The games are terrible compared to PSVR 1. Should have let you play VR 1 games on 2. Yeah, oh yeah. Well, that's the thing too. Yeah, the backwards compatibility thing is not there for the VR, and it's just so much money. And I know it was on sale for the days of play and everything, and now it's back to normal price, but the VR technology is amazing. I do love VR. I played the Quest 2. I played that for you guys. You guys literally donated to see that. Hot take: Steve Burnside, best character. Nice one, Callie. That's a good one. Those games are terrible. I already read that. Wesker is infamous and critical for RE. Yeah, and I think who the fuck is that? Angie?
Yeah, they're a member to you.
They're a member, and I don't know who they are. They changed their name. Angie, what was your previous name? Yes, sir, been good. How about you? Pretty good, man. Not too bad. We're kicking off the summer of RE with this hangout today. It's the first day of summer, actually, today, so it's kind of appropriate. We're just kind of shooting the shit. But yeah, man, I've been good. I've been just covering the Resident Evil stuff as far as the Capcom survey results, which talked about Dino Crisis, which I'm excited for if they do remake Dino Crisis. And then we're talking about the RE1 PC port rating that got out there earlier this week, and I got a lot of people talking. So Finally got a Quest 2, and I was honestly surprised at how great 4 VR. Darnizzler, yes, dude. I was thinking about just replaying that again because it's so good. It's my favorite version of RE4. I love that version. I love streaming it for you guys. I streamed RE7 VR for you guys and RE4 on Oculus. So would I like to do more VR streams? Yes. Is there any more RE streams to do right now for VR? No, because I not going to spend money on a PSVR 2 right now. I'm in the middle of building my computer. I mean, I'm not building it, but I'm getting the parts in. As you saw, I showed the last Hangout stream, I showed off the processor, the RAM that I got. Stuff's coming in, so I got to worry about that. And if the VR drops like a couple $100, $300, you know, if it goes down to like $250, $200, I'll think about the PSVR 2. Oh my God. Lisa Trevor's the hot. Callie's snapping today. Callie's a savage. Lisa Trevor is the hottest RE chick. You can't come at her. Corey, what's up, brother? Keeper's Diary, June 30th, Corey. I am so stoked. Shout out to Corey. One of the people we were actually able to hang out with, and he helped with the set design and build, help build those sets. Dude, it seems like a lifetime ago already, but I'm so happy that we're seeing it finally come here. And hopefully you've been doing good with your guitar playing. I've been seeing your videos and stuff, man. I'm so happy to see you on YouTube doing your thing. Keep playing, man. Another hot take, RE7 is the scariest RE game. Damn, Leon. Okay. Leon with the hot takes. Can we all agree that we are ready and would be okay with another RE1 remake? Adam, I think I'm ready. Yeah, Callie's funny, all the time. I mean, it's just she doesn't always in the chat all the time, like, because she's working and stuff when I'm streaming. And now she's actually off while I'm streaming, which is usually not the case because it's always, like, opposite schedule sometimes. I'm surprised Lisa Trevor survived jumping down there to fight Albert when he tries to escape the exploding mansion. It's it's like how movie magic happens, the video game magic happens, and it's all smoke and mirrors sometimes. Hot take, William would have ditched Annette for the female tyrant in Dead Aim. Oh, Jesus. So he's saying he would have said, see ya, Annette. Supposedly the OG RE1 is getting a PC port digital. Yes, Darnizzler. We were talking about that earlier. Really can't wait. And I know some people are a little concerned, like, why is 1 there and not, 2 and 3? Don't worry. I think they will do all of them. Just seeing the first game first, if they decide to do that, would be cool. You know what I mean? Right? I was about to say, it seems like forever ago. Can't wait to see the film. Yeah, man. It's amazing to finally be here at the finish line and to see everybody's reactions will be amazing. I can't wait. Let's see here. But yeah, so like the collection, hopefully we actually get some kind of hardcore news with that. Something that's actual, like, I don't know, I think the fact that we got like the Capcom collection, I keep trying to call it Marvel vs. Capcom collection, but it's not just Marvel vs. Capcom. It's all the fighting games, all the versus games. The same day that leaked on Peggy's website, like, I feel like that's not a coincidence. I feel like they might have something planned to kind of hold fans over, because how awesome would that be if, boom, remaster of RE1, 2, and 3 for October, like for Halloween or something? Like, dude, that'd be awesome. That'd be so cool. Yesterday I found stores selling a gold PS2 fat console Gundam model. Oh, what? How much is that in yen? Oh, it's about $400. Crazy mad price here. Dude, that's awesome, JD. Definitely snag some stuff, man, because you could save some money. Like, shout out to Eli, our friend Eli. He got me a bunch of stuff in Japan one time, and it was pretty reasonably priced. And you just subscribed to Resident Evil for Keeper's Diary. Good luck, buddy. Thank you, JD. Appreciate that, man. And yeah, once I have a premiere link and time on June 30th, as far as what time, maybe we can be able to do a watch party like Golden Freak was saying. It's so cool how Umbrella Chronicles was Untold Stories. I think that was such a cool concept. Yeah, man. I think the spin-off stuff, I would like to see Ari to also have spin-offs again. I think that's another thing that I definitely kind of miss, because that was a cool cycle of like, all right, like, it's a, you know, like a little break from the mainline stuff. That was before we were getting remakes constantly. So I understand why the spin-offs kind of slowed down a little bit, because now it's like remake mainline, vice versa. But I would like them to have the stuff kind of like, switch back to some spin-offs. How long is Keeper's Diary? Probably 10 to 15 minutes. It's a short film, hence the term short film. Even though it's a fan film, it's legit RE content as far as I'm concerned. Thank you, Leon. I appreciate that. Teenage Mutant Ninja Hunters. Do you think Evelyn arrived to Miranda that she would be made the fifth lord within the village? All the other lords were failures, but were still granted lordship. Yeah, I don't know, honestly. I think, I don't know. I don't know if Evelyn and Miranda actually cross paths. Marvel's Capcom 2 is back. Yeah, it is. Hot take, Arc Thompson is actually Vincent Goldman. He just has Alzheimer's. All right, I'm done. Sorry, I'll have it too much. That's amazing. I like Sassy Callie in the chat. It's funny. It's the perfect time to release the classic collection to hold us over. Yeah, I agree, Corey. And just to be able to play them on everything. Yeah, definitely, Brian. I mean, I think Steam is the best way to get those games, because the Capcom collection on PS4, I think, is kind of silly because it's on PS4 and not PS5. And the Switch console is only going to play it so well, and playing Switch online is a pain in the ass. So I think the Steam version is going to be the best. I got to start streaming again. I got through most of RE2 Remake, but stopped too busy. It's all good, Darnizzler. Do it as you have time, and you'll have fun with it. So it's more fun that way too, when you can just kind of do it when you want. Revelations 3, yeah, man. Like, what the hell? Like, I'm down for more Revelations games. Like, I'm never opposed to Rev 3. I mean, Rev 2 had the little cliffhanger ending with Natalia, and her still kind of being, after Alex Wesker and everything. I don't want them to stop that, but I don't know. Again, Capcom's like favorite thing is to kind of leave some of those things open-ended and never kind of wrap them up. And I know that's frustrating to fans, and I know characters have kind of fell to that, storylines have fell to that, where it's just like, and we're going to just pivot and not really explain it and ignore it. Because sometimes it is easier to just sweep it under the rug. I get it. But at the same time, give us back our spinoffs, man. Like, that'd be really cool. I'd be really down for that. And, I think for a lot of fans that, oh, that's what I was going to talk about. I almost forgot. I'll get back to that, but I almost forgot. Right now, shout out to Perry. He told me about this. Right now, the Xbox 360 store, we're talking about 360 earlier. The 360 store is going to shut down in July. Right now, if you have a 360, every Resident Evil game is $2. $2. Callie saw me the other night. I was on a 360. I was just buying the rest of them. I didn't have digital because what's $2, man? Like, that's just because they're going to be all gone when the store is taken down. You could still use your 360 when the store is gone. And obviously you can hack your machine. You can get all these games. They're all backed up already. They have an amazing hacked community of RGH machines. And, people have backed up all the DLC, backed up all the Avatar stuff, backed up everything. Yeah. Everything's 90% off, guys. 90% off. Resident Evil 0, guess what? I got it on 360. That's never been out physically on 360. That is going to go away forever once the store is gone, unless you hack your console. People have backed it up. I have a copy of it too, so if it's not out there, it will be out there. But at the same time, this is the time to get it. Like 90% off. Get your themes that are going to be gone, your gamer pictures, like, it's going to be gone. It's an end of an era, but I got Resident Evil 4, 5, 6, all digital. Like, I already had 4 digital. I didn't have 5 digital on the 360. I have 6 digital now. And because all those achievements are separate achievements to the Xbox One versions they put out for the 20th anniversary. So I know it sounds a little confusing, but Remake is on 360. That's separate than the one that's on Xbox One. Zero is on 360. That's separate than the one that's on Xbox One. They're separate achievements. So 1,000 gamer score for RE0 on 360, 1,000 gamer score for RE0 on Xbox One, 1,000 gamer score for RE Remake on 360, 1,000 gamer score for RE Remake on Xbox One, and so on and so forth. So it was worth getting it. Oh, see, Mars Invader, now he wants to talk. Now he wants to talk. Ooh. I'll get to you, you bastard. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just fucking with you. Thanks for being such a good sport. Matthew Webster with a $2 super chat. Which RE would you want a retro demake for? 7? Did they not do 7 yet? I like to see 7. Agreed about Code Veronica. I think people beg for it because they see it as a chance to chase an experience like RE2. Yeah, and you know what it is, man? They want to see the rivalry between Wesker and Chris. You know, and I think that's a big one. You know, they want to see that, and before we get an RE5, you know. So I think that's the big thing. Sorry, dog, I had to take. Oh man, dropping a deuce, I guess. And RE Classic Collections, will that include Survivor? I don't think so. Would I like to see Survivor? Absolutely, I would love to see Survivor. Yeah. And speaking of that, I think modder Aiden is working on a fixed camera angle perspective of Survivor, like a mod, which is going to be fucking awesome. So whenever that comes out, I will be playing that day one. That'd be really cool. But yeah, Brian, unfortunately, I don't see them doing it for Survivor, but 1, 2, and 3, that's a given. Like, come on, man. Like, just please put it out on Xbox, put it out on PlayStation, put it out on PC. Sable, what's going on? What's up, Sable? Does the state of Halo hurt your little heart like it does mine? Honestly, Mars Invader, it does. I tried Infinite. I was on it for the first couple seasons. Fell off. I felt like the maps were not there. The campaign was just okay. Like, I was thinking about going back and playing co-op again to get, you know, skulls and to play it on Legendary and stuff. But, like, I beat it when it came out. It was just okay. And, yeah, man, it definitely sucks. Like, the fact that we go back to MCC more than we do Infinite is like, you know, that shouldn't be the case. And while I was digging the gameplay of Infinite, I liked how fast and snappy it was. The content just wasn't there. You know, I just finished 2 Python projects, never making another program. Oh, damn, man. That sounds tough, man. Hopefully it didn't you know, completely burn you out, but W opinions all around. Well, Mars Invader, thanks for being so cool, man. Thanks for being a good sport. I was just busting your balls. Let's see. I want to see RE5 remake, says Bryant. Chris and Wesker throwing blows to each other like Marvel Avengers fight scene. Well, they're going to be punching boulders, I'm sure. You're a fool, Vincent. Why did you kill so many people? I'm Vincent. I'm Ark. Halo is my all-time favorite game. Resident Evil is second. Yeah, man. I mean, look, I love... That's the thing, too. Like, I love survival horror, but once I get this PC built and I'm able to kind of get things moving with this third channel of mine that I'm trying to stir up, as far as a third channel where I play other games that aren't Resident Evil or survival horror, you're going to see me play a bunch of fucking stuff that you guys are going to be like, Anthony likes that? And I'm like, yeah, man. So... yeah, Halo I love. I love Siphon Filter. I love Gears of War. I love all that shit, man. Call of Duty I like, you know, from time to time. I don't play it every year, but I like Call of Duty. Yeah, so. Yeah, I agree, Brian. I love that fight scene with Chris and Wesker. RE Original is my all-time favorite and want so badly to play the HD version on console. Yeah. It's just like, look, I know that there's Team X and there's the Seamless projects, which I've streamed on this channel. I've given them so much praise. I've talked about them. Love Team X. They've been doing the Lord's work, seriously, for fans. But I think a lot of people that don't have a PC, that don't want to, you know, have all that stuff installed, or they don't really care to know or learn it, that's fine. Like, everyone's in their own pocket as far as, like, their knowledge on a PC, how to get stuff running, even if it's easy. Maybe they just want to turn on their console and just play a remaster collection. There's nothing wrong with that. So I think while there is ways to play it, I think people do need something. RE3 original, Corey's saying. Okay, so he's just like me. RE3 OG all day for the best one. Only classic collection we want is Dead Aim, Gaiden, and Survivor. Yes, Matthew Webster. Don't even do 1, 2, and 3. Just give us Gaiden, Dead Aim, and Survivor. How killer would that be if they just ignored 1, 2, and 3 and they're like, this is the Gun Survivor collection. No Resident Evil 1 through 3. Zimolia says, I switched to PC in 2007. I just used Nintendo consoles for the iPad. I mean, dude, you're probably in the best, spot because you can play the games how you want. You can upgrade your stuff. It's all good. I play consoles and I'm still on PC. I kind of play everything, but, yeah. Have you heard of this new indie survival horror game called Conscript? No. Darn it. I like to check it out. I'm trying to play more indie horror this year on the channel. I did play Crow Country. I loved Crow Country, Darnizzler. I don't know if you played that. I'm sure you did because you're up on all the horror games. But, man, that game was awesome. We got a Resident Evil fan film before GTA 6. Yes. June 30th, Keeper's Diary. Mark your calendars. Never enjoyed Call of Duty, but Medal of Honor was dope on PS2. Yeah, I like Medal of Honor. I like Battlefield. You actually helped inspire my own RA channel that I could use the motivation to keep going. The Bio Lounge. Nice. All right, well, shout out to the Bio Lounge, Bars Invader. Check out Bio Lounge. That's cool to hear, man. And, yeah, keep on doing stuff, man. I mean, look, I know Ari's in a drought right now, so it might seem hard to, make new content or exciting content. But kind of do what I'm doing is trying to look at your, the stuff we already have and kind of see what you can pull from that. And obviously, if you want to cover latest news and information, that obviously gets numbers moving. But at the same time, when there is a drought, I know it's sometimes hard to talk about new stuff until we have like confirmed information other than speculation. But you could probably do a lot of content on stuff we've already gotten or your favorite ports or your favorite remakes or your favorite whatever. Like, just do something like that. Yeah, I did a whole live stream on it, Darnizzler, so check out my live stream if you want to see Crow Country. Did I ever play The Suffering? No. I think I might have played a little bit of it back in the day, but never finished it, never bought it. That's another game that a lot of people want to see me play. Do you like Remake 2 or OG RE2, Leon? I like them both. I love Paul Haddad as Leon. Like, that is always going to be my favorite. Nick Apostolides did amazing as Leon as well. But I might have to go with the OG just because I like the OG game. I think the OG game, I mean, I like that over the remake. I love RE2 Remake, don't get me wrong, but RE2 OG is perfect. Suffering is a damn good game. I know I'm behind. I got to play that, man. Conscript is like top-down, like Signals, World War I base game. It looks really cool. I'll send you a trailer in Discord. Can't remember when it comes out. Yeah, man, I'll check it out. Medal of Honor, Fortnite. I wouldn't mind seeing you try it. Would be cool. Yeah, that's something that where the third channel kind of opens up, the whole plethora of stuff. Sorry if you mentioned it, but are they doing anything special for the Keeper's Diary release on the channel day of? Not sure, Corey. Once I know, I will let you know or message you if I know anything. I just know that it's probably going to premiere on Rose's channel. I just don't know what time. I would like to do some kind of watch party in my Discord. I think that would be really cool. Once I know a time, hopefully I'll share it out and let everyone know. But I think that's the biggest thing they're doing is just a premiere. I mean, we really wanted to actually get everybody, like, do a premiere, like, at a theater and get, some of you guys who helped back it and stuff out. But, like, logistics just were too expensive. And to fly everybody out for a, short film, a 10 to 15-minute short film, it's, it just doesn't make sense financially. Like, I get that. So I think the premiere from home type stuff is going to be the most we can do. You know what I mean? But who knows? Maybe next time we could do if it's a bigger project and a larger scale, we might be able to, like, screen it somewhere. That'd be amazing. Yeah, rest in peace, Paul Haddad, for sure. Oh, dude, the Punisher video game for 2005. I love that game. That's like one of my favorite games of the mid-2000s. And that's how me and Brandon actually became friends. Was through that game because we both played it and we knew about it. So, best castle in your opinion, RE4, RE4 Remake, or RE8? Oh, man, RE4 Remake. The castle is my favorite, and OG RE4 and R4 Remake just fucking took it to another level. All cut up now, finally. Actually love Medal of Honor better than COD. Yeah, a lot of people like Medal of Honor. They got to bring that back, man. Like, I know COD is dominant, and like maybe Battlefield, like EA with Battlefield and Medal of Honor, because I think that's both EA, right? Maybe they just don't feel the need to have a competitor with COD. But man, like I like getting those competitions. Steven Spielberg is one of those who started the series. Yeah, basically. Are you a fan of the Starship Troopers movies? I like Starship Troopers, yeah. I haven't played the games, but yes, I have played Manhunt. I love the first game. I still got to watch X-Men 97, Brian. I have it ready to go. I got to just watch it. I just released a video doing RE2 remake playthrough recorded straight to VHS. If I ever have to make a leak video, I'll KMS. Yeah, I see what you're saying, man. Yeah, I unfortunately, it comes with the territory for me. Like, I have to make some video. It depends on what the leaks are. Like, I'm very selective with what I report on. That's why this channel has never been just a leak channel. You know, back in the day, we've covered RE3 remake leaks. We've covered Village leaks. But sometimes a lot of those things had some kind of, like, you know, some did and some didn't have actual, like, sources behind it. Or we actually had some kind of information from the inside, so to speak. That's not from necessarily Capcom, but from people that were around that territory. We were able to get some stuff from. So I try to be very selective with, you know, leaking channels and being oversaturated like those leak channels, because I'm more than a leak channel. But I do think that I have to do videos that are at least on the current, like, news cycle of stuff. But if I made like 1,000 RE9 videos about all the leaks, like, my channel would just be completely flustered. And yeah, some of those videos might have been, you know, done really well, but or as far as like numbers, but like the longevity and the evergreen type videos is what I'm trying to focus on. And what evergreen type videos are, it's what it means. It's essentially videos that can forever exist and forever just kind of get views, and it's never really out of date, really. Like, some aspects of it might be, depending on what you talk about in there, but like, you know, you do a definitive review, you do a collection retrospective or something that's just evergreen. It's like the podcast episodes. Like, even though the podcast episodes are from a snapshot in time, you can always go back and listen to them because they're there. So, you know, that's what I'm trying to focus on as well. I feel like some of the news breaking stuff or the leak stuff has to be there to a certain extent, but not all the time, you know. And if it doesn't work for your channel, that's perfectly fine. I only do it from time to time when it's like really what people are asking for, because I think we talked about this before. People are going to ask me about the leaks constantly if I don't make videos on it. So I agree, Brian. I cannot wait for them to bring back Spider-Man 98 or Spider-Man 1994, like that animated series. I cannot wait. I love synthwave music. I love it. Love it, love it, love it. That's cool though, Mars Invader. You got it recorded to VHS. How did you manage to do that? Did you down convert it, or did you like how did you end up getting that recorded on a tape? That's cool footage to have. Crimson Head Elder used to be my go-to back in the day. Yeah, Crimson Head Elder, those are good guys. They're still around. They were actually the first podcast that actually reached out to me and wanted to have me on. Like, that was the first time I actually was invited on another Resident Evil show. They reached out to me and they saw my content on YouTube. Those are good guys. Definitely don't have anything bad to say about them. Another pair of UK gents that I love. I know they have a big team over there, so some probably are. I know the majority are in the UK, but some might be outside of the UK. But regardless, those are good guys. I really hope Capcom has a showcase coming up soon. You really need something announced. I agree. Hopefully sooner rather than later. Supposedly the theory is X-Men 97 might leak into Deadpool 3. I'm not a hardcore comic book fan, but delving into it, there's a slight possibility. I don't know. You know, I just know that it follows the X-Men series very closely from the 90s, which is amazing. And Spider-Man is in the same universe, the Spider-Man animated series, which is my favorite animated series of all time. In fact, I have... Never mind. I thought I had a... Oh, wait. No, it's probably down there. Yeah, it's probably over there. I was like, I have the animated series bootleg DVDs I got in 2010, but I don't know. They're probably down there. Yes, The Thing. I am so stoked for The Thing remaster. I will be streaming that day one. I'm open to Spider-Man freshman year. I think it'll be a spectacular Spider-Man type show. Spectacular Spider-Man was awesome, man. It's so stupid that got screwed over. Here's $5 for the advice and the Bio Lounge shout out. You're a good fucking dude. Thank you, Mars Invader. Thanks for taking my my ball busting. Not so serious. I'm just messing around. But yeah, shout out to Mars Invader. Thank you for the 5, man. And yeah, thank you so much for just being a good sport. But yeah, Brandon, I hopefully, look, I'm excited because if you really think about it, man, there's not much coming out. In the theaters, like, there's a couple things coming out. Like, you got, Quiet Place Day 0 or Day 1, whatever it's called. And then you got fucking, like, Bad Boys just came out. But there's really not much coming out. So Deadpool Wolverine is coming out, like, about a month from now. And that's, like, the biggest summer blockbuster. We really don't have a lot. And that's also due to the strike and everything else. But now that we're catching up, we'll see. Everyone watched Spider-Man 97. I'm over here watching Two Stupid Dogs. It's supposedly going to tie into the multiverse saga. Cable's device that showed the timeline strands looked similar to the one shown in the Loki Across the Spider-Verse. Oh, okay. So that's the connection there. Took like 12 cables and adapters, but I got my PS5 running on a cart for a playthrough and recorded output to VHS, recorded the VHS to DVD, ripped the DVD into MP4 and enhanced it. It sucks, but it looks great. That's cool, man. I do have a lot of that converter stuff. I have a DVD recorder and a VCR, so maybe there's a way I can like down convert the HDMI to composite and do it that way. Alien Romulus is in August, yes, but until like Deadpool Wolverine, I feel like most of the summer is like dry. I mean, yeah, there's some movies here and there. I don't want to be completely ignorant to other stuff coming out, but man, like I was looking and I was like, dude, there's not much at all coming out. Two Stupid Dogs is an American television series created and designed by Donovan Cook and produced by Hanna-Barbera Cartoons. Oh, okay. Yeah, I definitely know what it is. I've never actually watched it though. What do I think of The Boys? I have to watch it. A lot of people will tell me, what are you doing? You need to watch this right now. I did get shown the first episode. I would like to go back and just watch it on my own time. Got some other stuff I want to finish up, and then maybe I'll check out The Boys. It's on Amazon, too, so I don't really have an excuse not to watch it. Furiosa was amazing. I'd like to check it out at some point. Probably won't go to the theater. He's the only one not watching it. It seems that way, Brandon. Seriously, like everyone else is watching it. John watches it. Brandon watches. Like two of my best friends watch it, and probably I don't know if Dave's watched it or like other people probably watched it. But like I feel like I'm so behind, and like I do. I know it's the 4th season, right? That just came out. So yeah, I got a little bit to get through. But yeah, I gotta watch The Boys, and I'll give you an opinion on that as well. Alien, I know, Darnizzle, you might be disappointed in this opinion, but I was like, I saw the trailer and I was like, I don't really know if I'm that excited about it. I talked about that in the last Hangout, and, I didn't mean to alarm anybody, but I want to check it out. Look, it's Alien. I probably will be there at the theater at some point, even if it's on a $5 day if I'm really unsure. But if it's like people are like, yo, yeah, check it out. Like, I'll trust Darnizzler. I'll trust any of you guys in the chat that have given me good pointers on any kind of media, whether it's music or movies or games. So, let me know if you see it before me. I like Invincible more than The Boys. That's another one, Invincible. That's another one I haven't like really seen. I've seen clips of it, but isn't that evil Superman-like character in Mortal Kombat 1? Not sure. Didn't play MK1. I probably won't until it really goes down in price. Watch the, what is that? Oscillate? It's better than Citizen Kane and Breaking Bad combined. Well, Citizen Kane's good, but I wouldn't say it's like the best movie I've ever seen. But it is pretty crazy. And I did see the Criterion collection of Citizen Kane. That thing looked cleaned up so well. Breaking Bad is amazing though, so that's a pretty high caliber of a show. Is it a show or a movie? He says that's a lie. Damn. Leon's calling you oot. Don't make Ant waste his time. Oh, is he trolling? Or is he serious? He seems pretty serious, but I don't know. I don't know. Is that his cold take? Dun dun dun. Both Homelander from The Boys and Omni-Man from The Invincible are both in Mortal Kombat. Oh, okay. Yeah, see, I'm all out of the loop. And I like MK. Like, MK is one of those fighting games I like to keep up with. But I'll be honest, like, I played MK11, and, like, I played it for a little bit, but that was about it. I didn't really stick with it like I thought I would. But loving the Hangout. How often do you try to do these? It's, like, once a month or when you're feeling it. I try to do these, like, probably twice a month. I try to, like, pepper them in. If there's more news going on, sometimes I do them even more than twice a month. But yeah, I try to do these twice a month and then mix it in with other game streams. Because I know a lot of people like this type of format, and then they also like me playing games, obviously, and talking over it. So, yeah, these are always fun, and I do these a couple times a month. That's fair. I'm excited the retro future look of it and the fact that they used a lot of practical effects. Yes, so that I am very excited for. Opinion on 4K remasters removing filigrane, looking sterile. Do you prefer 35mm? Yes and yes. I think, I don't want to be a dick, but I think, yeah, if you make it like a True Lies 4K, that's a very hard sell for me. I still like it being cleaned up, but having that warm film grain to it. A lot of the 4Ks that are on my shelf right here represent that, Who has a better chance of survival? RE3 Jill escaping xenomorphs or Ellen Ripley escaping Nemesis? That's a good question. But I would say Jill. I'm going to be biased to say Jill. I love Ripley, don't get me wrong, but I would say Jill. I think Jill could easily take a xenomorph. But I also think that Ripley could take Nemesis, though. But I don't know, because I feel like while the alien can pursue you as well, and the alien is, I guess... the alien would run probably just as fast as Nemesis, but the alien can cling to walls where Nemesis can't. So if Jill is fighting the xenomorph, that's going to be a little more tricky. So Jill is a police officer and Ripley is a pilot officer. She's no dummy neither. That's what I'm saying. Like, I both love their quick, snappy, like, decision making, and like their, that's just so good. I think they would both hold their own. I don't want to cop out your $5 super chat, but I think they could both hold their own. But I think Jill, I might go with Jill with this one, but I think both of them, depending on the situation, can handle it pretty well. Because I feel like if Ripley can deal with the alien, she could deal with Nemesis. And then I feel like if Jill could deal with Nemesis, she could deal with a xenomorph. Xenomorph's like a liquor with razor-bladed yeah, like, seriously, crawling around and shit. The alien is like liquor on steroids. Yeah. So it's like, these are some good questions, Matthew Webster. I like these. These are different, I appreciate that. Thanks for that $5. But yeah, I'll be fair to both characters and say I think they can hold their own. But if I was like, a biased man, because I love Resident Evil the most, I would say Jill. Man, it also looked very, interesting, but it's only on VR, is the Alien game that's coming out. It's only in VR. What about Deadpool? Can Jill deal with that? Probably not, because Deadpool is indestructible. And will you play Castlevania on LTRE? Probably not on LTRE, but on another channel, yeah. I think that would be... I know Castlevania is more horror-esque, so I see kind of where you're going with that, but I think that would fit better algorithm-wise, and, I think that would be appropriate on another channel where I can maybe check out the series for the first time, I played Symphony of the Night, but, I didn't really play the originals. I didn't, so maybe I could get a collection of them on PC and just play them. Never say never with, like, I want to play Uncharted. I know Christine will be very happy about that because she's been like, gotta play Uncharted for years, and now I will finally be able to do that. I love Naughty Dog's other games too, so, it'd be cool. The Thing Remastered looks good, buddy. Still never finished the original. I remember getting stuck on the damn last level helicopter with a sniper rifle trying to kill the boss creature. Damn, man. Yeah, I never finished the original. You know, I own it actually on Xbox. It's right back there. But yeah, I think I'll try to give it a go and stream it. I think it'll be popular again. People will talk about it. Can Chris beat Doom Guy? Fuck. Dude, the Doom Guy... It's a good question. I don't think so. I don't think so. I'd have to put Doom Guy over... Because Doom Guy is just like... He's a savage. Chris is a savage too, but Doom Guy's dealing with a lot worse, and he's so fast. So I feel like that would be a very tough battle. And again, Chris and Jill, my favorite characters in RE, so it's hard for me to say that, but I think Doom Guy is a pretty savage right there. But yeah, I'll do probably about 5 more minutes, guys, and we'll wrap this thing up. Any other questions? Doom Guy has infinite rage, but Chris has an indestructible wrist. Yeah, exactly. One of them has to give eventually, right? So I don't know. But, you know, I am excited for Doom Dark Ages. We'll see. Nemesis versus Jason Voorhees. I guess which version of Jason Voorhees, right? Because if he's the zombie Jason, he won't die. If it's Mongoloid Jason, then he'll just completely bash, you know, he'll just kill him, and it's over. Game over. Especially if he's a S.T.A.R.S, you know, S.T.A.R.S member. Zymmerlin says HTC. What? I don't know what that is. How you feeling about Gears of War E-Day? Darnizzler, I can't wait. I'm excited, man. I've been on a Gears kick. Me and Brandon have been playing some Gears. Just trying to go back and appreciate some of the old games. And, yeah, I'm very, very excited for Gears E-Day, man. I will be getting that day one, probably on PC at that point, because I'll have my beefier PC. And I think it's time to go back. It's time to go home, as they say. Gears 1 is a very sentimental game for me in many ways. Not just story, but the time period. It made me fall in love with the 360. It represents an era in gaming that is no more. It represents the best era of online. It also is one of the games I put the most hours into of all time, right next to Resident Evil 4, the original. I will be streaming the thing remastered, absolutely. It's a virtual reality headset. Oh, okay. Pretty excited. Big high school vibes with those games. Yeah, I mean, I'm excited, man. So, you know, I'm there day one. I think them doing this instead of 6 is a good move. Because 6 is, you know, I think it's still happening, but I don't know when. And I think it's cool that Microsoft let them do that, you know. I skipped Gears of War and played RE5. Well, RE5 was among that list, though. RE5 was amazing. And I played that with all my friends. And because that was the first RE game that was like co-op like that, where you could really just play the main game online. So, Soma, I've heard of it. I don't know if I'm going to play it. But yeah. Like RE5 being that like first co-op experience was just fun because then I would just play it with everybody and just like, you know, earn all the treasures and earn all the money. And like, it's cool that everyone had their own profiles. No news on RE0 or 1, Zomulus. You know, we don't know what's going on. We don't know what the next remake is. We're just waiting for an event. Fingers crossed that we're waiting for an event that will give us what we want, give us something hardcore, like hardcore evidence. Like, you know, this is what we're doing. Boom, it's coming out on this day. Done. You know, instead of speculating and worrying about these leaks. I get tired of it too, guys. That's why I like to switch up the videos from time to time. Reporting on the leaks right away, there's a place for that, right? But to constantly beat a dead horse, that's another thing. So that's why I kind of said my piece. There was a lot of stuff coming out in the month of May as far as leaks and speculations and what is real and what isn't real. So, you know, been there, done that. Now it's time to just wait for the next line of either leaks or rumors that have some kind of evidence backing them, like something like the Peggy 18 logo for the RE1 1996 remaster. There's physical evidence of that. If you go to the PEGI website, the official website for the European ratings, Capcom Europe put that up there. So, like, that, for example, is like hard evidence. Like, there's something, okay, this is something. We can work with this. You know, you can go to the PEGI website, and if you type in Resident Evil, it will literally come up. It doesn't have much of a description. It just says PEGI 18, Resident Evil, and that's it. But it's something new. It's not there by accident. I wouldn't think so. So stuff like that, I like reporting on that when it's like, you know, hardcore evidence. Soma sucks as much as it's good. I like it, though. Damn. Sable, okay. That's a hot take. It would be interesting, though, says Dragon Ball. He says, I think RE6 should just focus on Jake and Cherry. That is an interesting hot take. While I do like Jake and Cherry's chemistry, and I do like some aspects of their story, I don't know if that could be a whole game. You know, I don't know. Not too sure. But, yeah, I just want to say thank you guys for hanging out tonight. This is a fun little hangout. I know you guys always like these, so they're very personable, and people like to get their stuff read out loud, so it's always cool to chalk it up. But, yeah, what's Capcom's next move? I guess we'll see. We got the Capcom Fighting Collection that got announced. We have the Capcom survey results that showed Dino Crisis is wanted. And we got a Resident Evil 1 1996 PC listing that appeared on PEGI's website. So what is next for Capcom? I guess we'll see. We do have a lot of stuff on the table, though. So let's keep playing some Resident Evil. I'll be back tomorrow with a long live stream of some RE0 on hard mode because I have to take the jump and just fucking do it because we still got to get trophies for RE0. I haven't forgotten about that. Kicking off some summer of RE. So welcome to the summer. I want to thank Gonzu, Thunders Productions for the 2 gifted memberships. Gonzu with the 20, like I said. Matthew Webster with the 5. Kay been a member for 33 months. Thank you, Kay. Matthew Webster, $5. Matt Clyburn with the, or I'm sorry, Silburn with the, Matt Clyburn. Sorry, can I say your name right? 13 months being a member. Thank you. And then a $4 super chat. Zed Army with a $2 super chat. Matthew Webster with another 2. Mars Invader with the 5. And Matthew with the 5. Thank you so much. Thank you, Corey. Just came across the channel lately. I still have my old RE5 Collector's Edition from back in the day on the 360. Never had the red 360. I don't want to show off, but I recently got this a couple years ago, and it's fucking awesome. It actually still has the old dashboard on it. And I still have my RE5 Collector's Edition as well. Yeah, thank you, Matthew Webster, for coming in. Sorry, Mark, if you joined late, but we are going to head out of here. This will be archived. Thanks for checking out the channel. Thanks for being here and sharing your RE5 Collector's Edition. Because, yeah, that's cool. I still have that. I got the figure. I got the Steelbook. I got the behind-the-scenes making of. I got all that stuff. Thank you, JD. He's finished in Tokyo. Made some good future business contacts. 12-hour flight home tomorrow. Take care. Have a safe trip, JD. Safe travels. Everyone drink water. Stay hydrated. It's a hot one out there. And I will see you guys back tomorrow with some RE0, probably around the afternoon time. So take care, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Don't forget to smash the like button, subscribe, check out the merch, Discord below, all the socials. Keeper's Diary, June 30th. I told you it was coming this month. Stay tuned, and hopefully we can have some more people on the show next week to talk about it. Fingers crossed. Take care. Have a good night.